Hello and welcome to Versus Live. I'm Ross Mario.
And I'm Corey Baumeister.
And we've got Rob in the booth. Say hi, Rob.
Hi, Rob.
Rob will be taking all of your questions, comments, concerns, and burns in the chat. Make sure to tag at Star City Games so he can see them and send his favorites over to us. It is another day of playing Modern.
God, it's just been a great month. You know, when we have a perfect reason to just keep playing Modern on the show over and over, it's as close to magical Christmas time as it comes. I know the set just came out. We've had it for a while. It's not full on Christmas time, but it's close if we get to keep playing Modern.
Yeah, you know, it's fun brewing and playing during preview season.
Yeah.
But I also really enjoy seeing the things that we miss, the things that everyone else comes up with.
Yeah.
You know, these first couple weeks of Modern with the new set has been incredibly dynamic. Lots of new decks, you know, performing, some sticking around.
Yeah.
You know, old decks getting a little bit of extra juice. A really, you know, really fun time to be playing Modern and delving into the format, so we're going to keep doing it.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. Still powerful decks, still emerging, you know, which is kind of crazy being, 2 weeks in since people have had them fully on Magic Online. And this week, I think we're really focusing on the big winners for the last week. You know, every week we kind of do like a fun Modern show, and then we do like a show of Modern decks that won some challenges last week, have been having a lot of success. People have been saying are broken or whatever. And, you know, these decks are no exception. I'm going to be starting with a Bant Blink deck that won one of the Modern challenges over the weekend.
And 16th in the other one?
Yeah, I think so.
Same person played both over the weekend, so two strong finishes.
And it's a dynamic deck where you can do a ton of different things. It is very much an Amirius Call deck where you have a toolbox of so many creatures. Then we can still do some crazy ephemerating stuff. But for the most part, just all these creatures, in some matchup, one of these creatures is going to be really good. And, you know, I have one that I picked out for this match. It has protection from black and red that I think should be pretty good in this matchup.
I don't know why that would be good.
I don't know. What are you playing?
I'm playing a black and red deck. This is a Rakdos mid-range
I'm playing Azorius.
Yeah. I think it was 10th or 11th in one of the challenges.
Yep.
But if you look at that second challenge, there was a lot of these mid-range Ragavan decks with discard spells. You know, in day one, we saw more of the blue Ragavan decks. But that card is really just, you know, making its name now in Modern. It's what I wrote my article about this week. So,
nice.
You know, if you want more about why I think it took the week for such a hyped card. Normally, if they go, the card's going to see hype, going to get hyped, and it's a very good card, it'll be immediately successful.
Yeah.
Ragavan took, you know, a week off, sort of week one, didn't look as good in Modern while it was dominating Legacy. And I was like, oh, I guess I should dominate this format too.
Yeah.
So
quit monkeying around and start getting to Modern, right?
Yes, exactly that, but not that at all.
But not that, yeah. No, and honestly, I played even the deck that we played last Tuesday that I kind of, you know, fumbled around and tried to accidentally cheat you with that Emery at the end. Accidentally. I played a league with that last night. It was just like the easiest 5-0 I've ever had in my entire life. It was that deck felt great. So I'm becoming a Ragavan fan, and I think it pairs pretty well with Urza. I did get to go turn 2 Urza with Ragavan and Mox Amber, well, at least one time, but
so I'm going to be playing it, you know, backing it up with more removal and you know,
and some hand disruption.
Yeah, pretty typical Rakdos mid-range list. The other cool part about this list and why I chose to play it is it's using Grief and Undying Evil. You know, a lot of hype around Grief with Ephemerate, which, you know, is stronger, right? You get a third card because of the rebound off Ephemerate. Undying Evil only gets you the second card, though it does let you start attacking faster. So not strictly worse in that sense. But the issue with Ephemerate and Grief is that it's very difficult to build an Orzhov deck that actually takes advantage of those two cards when you don't draw them together.
Yeah.
And so playing with Undying Evil...
Yeah, we tried. That was like the first thing we tried, and it was tough to do.
Yeah, playing with Undying Evil and Grief, I think it lends itself to building a better overall deck. Mm-hmm. You know, you can Undying Evil a creature that dies. You can pitch them to your Lilianas and Seasoned Pyromancers when you don't have the combo set up.
You can still target Croxa when you sacrifice, discard 2 kind of thing. That's fine. Yeah,
so there's plenty of stuff to be doing with the card in this deck that is valuable, whereas Ephemerate usually pushed you into a much more white direction, which then made Grief really difficult to evoke.
Yeah.
So while the combo itself is worse, I think the overall deck that it fits into is better, and excited to see how well Grief plays out.
I'm excited. Shall we get to it?
Let's do it.
Looks like you got some marbles over there, so I'll be starting. And a little awkward on the mana base here, but I still think this is a keeper. Need a little bit of help, but it should be fine.
Yeah, perfectly fine hand here. I will keep.
All right, I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna take 3 and play an Aether Vial. I think I'm gonna get a Temple Garden here. Yeah. Then we'll pass to you.
I'm gonna lead on Swamp, Inquisition of Conflict.
Inquisition. Okay. That could be not great for me. This is my hand.
Well, you can't cast the Eldamri's Call this turn.
Yep.
And so I think I'm just taking the Wall of Omens.
Yeah, don't blame you. The call can get me Sanctifier, but I'm going to need some help with that first. Oops, I got 1 counter on that. I suppose I'll cast it. I'm going to cast Meddling Mage. What's in your hand?
Everything.
Okay.
Every card in Magic's history. So you're going to hit no matter what.
I think I'm going to name Dark Confidant. I think that's the worst card for me right now, and then I'll pass to you. Did you just draw Dark Confidant? Woo! Yes.
Yeah, I'm going to have to take 3 here. We need to get a red source.
Okay.
So I'll get a Blood Crypt at the Smart
17
Collapse.
all.
Then I'm going to take another 2 to Thoughtseize away that Eldamri's Call.
Okay.
Going to 15. And
Yep.
now I want to kill the Meddling Mage before you get to untap with Ephemerate up. And the only question is which one I want to use, and I think it's Bolt.
All right.
Bolt the Meddling Mage and then pass the turn.
Not very nice of you. Okay. I will pass to you.
Looks like Corey either isn't doing anything or drew a 2-mana creature.
Who knows?
The pause makes me think it's the 2-mana creature part.
It could be anything.
Could even be a boat.
Could be.
Okay, I'm going to play Marsh Flats and Dark Confidant.
Okay.
Pass the turn.
I will flash in Sanctifier and Vec.
Sure.
Okay. Exile your stuff.
It's all creatures, right? Not other...
All cards that are black or red.
Black, red, permanent, spell, or... Okay. It's just all black and red things.
Yep, exactly. So you get to keep your lands. All right, now do I want to go up to 3? Probably in case I get like a Witness. That would probably be my best draw. All right, and I think I want to just come at you now.
13.
And I have a land, and I'll pass to you.
Instead, I'll go to 12 and get a tapped Blood Crypt.
Okay.
I would like
His
to draw...
Ephemerates are not doing much right now.
Liliana of the Veil, please.
That would be a good one. That would be a good one indeed. Yeah, I'm really just like my Kingdom for Eldamri's Call or a Witness. I think that's really what gets this hand just supercharged with all these Ephemerates. I really needed that Wall of Omen. I really did. That completely destroyed my plan.
Well,
all right. How much you taking?
2.
2.
Puts me to 10.
Yep.
Draw for turn.
Okay. The Crocs Arena.
Which doesn't do a whole lot.
Yeah, I'm not too afraid of Crocs, huh? 2 mana, discard an Ephemerate, exile it. Not bad.
So, yeah, I think I would rather just try to dig for an answer here, though. I'm a little worried that Corey's just going to draw a creature, and then I can't, really answer the Sanctifier.
I hope that's true. I hope that's true indeed.
So I could just get rid of both Ephemerates here, and that sets me up to find a Liliana. But I really wouldn't even have that much time. Can I win this race? Problem is I can't really attack also in the face of these Ephemerates, right? You can just use them to, untap Sanctifier.
That's true.
So So if that's the case, then just playing more creatures of the battlefield that aren't going to be attacking doesn't seem wise.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I will Inquisition you.
Okay.
I will Croxa.
All right, I will Ephemerate.
Yep.
I think I'd rather take 3 here.
So you go to 14.
Yep.
And do I want to play this?
I'm going to sack this while you do your thing.
Yeah, I do want to play the land.
Okay.
So fetch will bring you to 13.
Yep.
So we got 13 to 10.
All right. Let's just go like this.
And then I'll pass the turn.
All right. I'm going to keep Violet 3 here, still just looking for Witness. I will leave this in exile. Okay. I'll attack.
I go to 8.
And I'll pass to you.
Upkeep.
0.
That's an interesting one.
Interesting.
I will dash Ragavan.
Okay.
I will attack with my creatures.
I'll take it. I'll go to 9.
The crux isn't it, though. The Sanctifier only exiles if it's not on the battlefield.
What?
If a black, yeah.
Yeah, it reads, if a black or red permanent, spell, or card not on the battlefield will be put into a graveyard, exile instead.
It's
pretty weird.
it's a black or red permanent.
If a black or red permanent card not on the battlefield, you cast the Crux, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it went to the
was on
graveyard from the battlefield.
Isn't this creating 3 different classes of cards? A black or red permanent, a black or red spell, or a black or red card not on the battlefield? Any of those 3.
Yeah.
I don't think or card not on the battlefield is a descriptor of permanent or spell. I think it's a third category. Does that make...
I'm not 100% to be honest, but
Yeah, no, it's I don't know.
Is Elliot in the chat again?
yeah, because that is pretty important. Card not on the battlefield would be put into a graveyard.
I believe it.
I'm not sure. I'll go with you on that.
I'm pretty sure it's exiled, but if we can get confirmation, we'll switch it. Not like it's coming back anytime soon.
Yeah.
I don't know. Chat now is all saying it should be exiled when they weren't before, so I don't know.
Yeah. I think it's just about how you interpret the text in the card. I'm going to fetch to 7.
Yeah.
And I think I'm going to play this Stonehorn Dignitary.
It seems good right now. I can't really get past it. Yep.
That'll at least stop the bleeding.
Okay.
Pass the turn. Or, well, Ragavan comes back.
Your go. Tilt. Come on, Dark Confidant. Hit that 7 drop. You still got Greater Gargadon in this deck, right?
Of course.
No combat step for me.
Yep. Upkeep.
Yep.
Another Ragavan. Go to 6.
Yep.
Draw for turn.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm going to play a Seasoned Pyromancer.
Okay.
I'm going to discard both Ragavans.
Okay.
Make 2 Mees.
2 U's.
And I'm going to attack with Dark Confidant.
Yeah. I'm at a not that comfortable of life total as well. I think I will block.
Then these are all exiled.
Yep.
And then I'll play Blood Crypt tapped and pass the turn.
And draw. That was interesting. All right, I'm going to flash in a Deputy. If I were to exile this, it comes back on my side, right? Since it's my card.
Yes.
Okay, I will target this.
Wow. In response, I will fatal push one of my tokens,
Okay.
and then I will fatal push the deputy with the trigger on the stack.
Okay. Yep, that works. Then I'll pass to you. All these fatal pushes. You're fatal push rich.
We got 9 to 6.
Yep. Nice.
That's the turn.
Ooh. That was a spicy one. Teferi? I will bounce this. A draw. I will play this. And I'll attack for 2.
I'll go to 4.
Pass to you.
Let's send Pyromancer at... I just sent both of the Teferi. You have 2 in hand,
2 in hand.
one of which I know is Stonehorn Dignitary.
True.
I guess I just do this first then.
Okay.
Not really anything I can do about it. Yeah, I'll play Liliana and attempt to edict you.
Ooh.
Do you have a 3-drop?
No. All right. Sad.
Okay, now... Yeah, now I... Ugh, God. I think I do. I think I thought sees you. To take the Stonehorn Dignitary.
All right, I had Ephemerate.
Take the Stonehorn Dignitary. I'll go to 2.
Okay.
Send me at Teferi, Pyromancer at you.
All right.
Now you're at 7.
Yep.
And then I'll pass the turn.
Okay. I think I'll leave that at 3. Pass the turn.
Plus Liliana.
All right.
And attack for 1.
Okay. 5 or 6. Yep.
Pass the turn.
Instead, I got a Venser. I will bounce that. To be fair, I was drawing like absolute garbage at the beginning. I drew 3 lands in a row when I needed. Honestly, the whole game was ripped from my hands the second you Inquisition that wall. That wall was the glue holding my fragile hand together. That's for sure.
You're saying you kept a hand that was weak to discard against a heavy discard deck, got punished, and then drew the single best card in your deck to give yourself a chance to win?
Yeah, something like that. Something like that.
Oh, weird.
I don't know. I think you were just fatal pushing your own creature so much and stuff. It seemed like some poor choices on your part, really. I think that's what we can attribute that game to.
If I had chosen to fatal push instead of Bolt the Meddling Mage, I would have had Bolt there, and then I would have still had a fatal push.
Yeah.
And it would have had the fatal push for the Venser after you bounce the Pyromancer. Then I would have drawn more cards with the Pyromancer.
So yeah,
you can talk about me getting punished for the very small edge decision I made on turn 2.
Good. I'm glad we're on the same wavelength.
Also, when I fetched Shocked because I had Seasoned Pyromancer in hand, I could have saved myself 2 life just getting another basic there.
You also should have probably drawn Liliana a little bit sooner.
Yeah.
I think that was your mistake. All right, let's do 2 pre, and then we'll switch to sideboards here. Rob, do you got any questions while we're shuffling up for game 2?
I do. So far, what are your top 3 favorite additions to Modern now?
Top 3 just like cards that we like to Modern. I really like Ragavan. I think it's super fun. I do like Urza's Saga. It's good, but the play patterns are different with it from all the decks, really. Like you have a lot of options with it, so it doesn't feel like just because the same cards in every deck that the replayability is bad because it's so different in every deck on how you use it in some regards. And I don't know. You go while I think of my third.
Ragavan would definitely be on my list as well.
Yeah.
Goblin Bombardment. We haven't seen it show up much, but we will at some point. And that card is really sweet. What would my other one be?
I'm happy to see Urza back. Honestly, it felt like Urza got printed into Modern Horizon 2 because it was not seeing any play. But there's a lot of decks that have kind of supercharged it with all the Asmore food decks or the Breach decks being able to, play Urza's Saga and Ragavan as another kill condition. So I feel like Urza kind of got unbound.
Ignoble Hierarch would be my third.
Oh, yeah. That is a sweet one. I haven't played with it at all yet. I've been really messing around with a lot of different decks, but I haven't really gotten to that. I also don't mind Shardless Agent. I don't know if I love it, but it's opened up some cool decks when I thought it would just be all decks that I don't like, like Living End and stuff. But it's created some cool stuff. I like the Crashing Footfalls deck.
I hate Cascade cards.
Yeah, I really do too, and that's the card I picked the most, or to be banned. Out of all of them, in our article for
when
Modern Horizon 2 impressions.
When Tybalt's Trickery and Tybalt were doing busted things, I thought the best solution was just ban all the 3-mana Cascade cards.
Yeah, honestly. Either change how it works or just ban them. I'm kind of with you on that.
So I will be on the play here for game 2, and I have a solid hand I will keep.
I'll keep 2. It's nothing great, but against a discard hand or a discard deck, I usually want to chill a bit.
I will play Ragavan.
The Rogster. Okay. Definitely going to play a Thicket. And it's tough. It's tough. Then I'll just pass to you.
Play Marsh Flats.
Okay.
Attack for 2.
I'll path it. Feels bad, but.
And we'll get a Swamp.
Okay.
And I will Inquisition you.
Okay. Little land heavy, but I got some things.
Definitely taking the Eladamri's Call.
Okay.
Easily the best card in Corey's hand. And I'll pass the turn.
Oh, yeah, it's a good one. I'm going to take 2. I'll play Meddling Mage.
Sure.
I'm going to name Liliana the Last Hope. I'll pass to you.
Liliana of the Veil?
Liliana of the Veil, yes. Sorry.
You shouldn't have said it, Ross.
Yeah,
Shouldn't have said
just slam it next turn. Yeah.
I'm gonna fetch to 19, get a tap Blood Crypt.
Okay. It's like what was the SCG one before where you had to just like name with Pithing Needle before it was kind of nerfed, right? You can just kind of describe the card now, and someone had to like spell out a card or something, and we're like, yeah, you're wrong, kill you,
Didn't have to spell it. They just said the wrong Borborygmos because there's a card named just Borborygmos.
Okay, I knew it was something like that.
Swamp, Thoughtseize you.
Ugh, picked up a good one.
I'll take the Eternal Witness.
Okay.
Puts me to 17.
Yep.
I'm just going to Fatal Push this thing.
Okay.
Don't want to take 3 after the Noble comes down.
Yep.
Pass the turn, and don't want to let you draw Ephemerate.
That's a good call. All right, I got a Noble Hierarch. I got a Misty, and I'll pass to you.
Liliana.
Yep.
I will Edict you.
Okay.
Pass the turn.
I'll crack this. Got a 17.
17 all.
Suppose I want to do Hollowed Fountain. Dang, Liliana. I'll play a land and I'll pass to you.
Two in hand.
2 in hand.
Plus Liliana. And pass the turn.
I'll pass to you. I'm drawing like Ross over here.
I'll play Croxa. Discard a card, please.
Discarded.
I will plus Liliana.
Just wanted to land.
Could have Undying Evil the Croxa there, but I'd rather discard that to the Liliana Plus and save this other card in hand. Pass the turn. And Sanctifier.
That's what I was hoping. Pass to you.
Play Croxa.
Croxarino.
You take 3, go to 14.
14.
And I like the cards in my hand, so I'm just not even going to plus it, Lily. Pass the turn.
Go.
That's more like
Cool.
it. This is more like it. You're at 14, which means this attack's going to put you to 9. And then or you take 9, put you to 5.
Yeah.
And I have 5 points to burn.
All right, deal. Well, I drew like garbage after my initial hand, but what can you do? I really just need, like Witness is the most important thing. I drew one, but you just get the ball rolling with Witness, but not when you timely destroy it every time.
Yeah, no, that was definitely a weak set of draws, but 2 vials there too.
Yeah.
And that,
all I need is the 5th land just to play Solitude. It wouldn't even been that good, but still at least a body that could have pressured Liliana.
I mean, I was
That's
told the Fatal Push, Solitude can't get pushed.
Yeah, if you had Colligan's Command, you could still do that. But
I drew Bolt and Colligan's Command the last 2 turns.
Yeah. All right, we are split at 1-1, so we are going to head to the sideboard and see who can pick up this first match here on Versus Live. Don't go anywhere. All right, everybody, welcome back to sideboarding here on Versus Live between Bant, Blink, and Rakdos midrange. From my side, believe it or not, I'm going to bring in the 2 cards that say Protection from Black and Red. That seems great. Also, the best Thoughtseize card in Veil of Summer, also just great against your removal. Kind of wish I had 3 other copies of that card. Gonna bring in Titania because it seems like a really tough card for you to deal with. Relatively, you do have Lightning Bolts, but if I can ever get that going, it's just game. And then 1 Endurance to be able to have just a 4th copy of Sanctor and Vec to make sure Croxa shenanigans aren't going on. Then just trimming a bunch of 1-ofs that I think are relatively weak. Dryneth Magistrate only affecting Croxa. Meddling Mage, you just have so much removal, it's hard to actually work. Thassa Deep Dwelling, you kill all my stuff. I don't truly care about stopping your combat. And then Knight of Autumn is just really bad. So.
And on my side, bringing in a lot more removal against the heavy creature deck makes a lot of sense. Braid can hit Vial. EE can hit Vial. Also have answer Sanctifier. And then Brutality, you have Path to Exile, Ephemerate, Eladamri's Call, now Veil of Summer if you tap out. So Collective Brutality has enough hits that I want to try it out. I want to cut Undying Evil. This is a card that I think is fine to play in game 1s because you have so many synergies with it. But I'm not interested in it in a matchup where your opponent doesn't have removal that Undying helps against. And all of your removal is exile based or bounce based. So Undying Evil, not a great card here. That makes Kroxa a little bit worse, but mainly what makes it worse is the fact that you have a bunch of Sanctifiers, so it can be really difficult to actually bring back, even though we saw it happen in Game 2.
Yep.
So I'm cutting the 2 Kroxas, and because I'm bringing in a bunch of removal, I decided to trim 1 copy of Fatal Push. It's been the weakest removal spell, but based on just my short experience in the first 2 games. So I don't want to draw too many removal spells and just die when Corey has a bunch of Ephemerates.
You didn't like Fatal Pushing your own creature? That seems strong.
That wasn't fun.
Okay, makes sense. Yeah. Engineered Explosive is a card that, once again, I played that league yesterday with that blue-red deck, and it just has 4 of those. And I'm like, God, that just seems like too many. But after playing it, it's already a card that was really good in that shell, just as another 0-drop. And Engineered Explosives in this metagame with Urza's Sagas running around, Ragavans, a lot more 1 and 2 drops or 0 drops. It's just been incredible. That card got a big boost here with just the good cards that are printed in Modern Horizons 2.
Completely agree.
Yeah,
Definitely now back to being one of the best sideboard cards in the entire format.
Yeah, really is. All right.
Even in 2-color decks.
That's true. All right, Rob, you got a question for me by any chance?
Yeah, I've
I
had
need
a
Ragavans to
question.
make it even more, though, anytime,
I've had a question a few people have asked here. Ross, what do you think about Undying Evil, or playing Undying Evil, or playing Malakir Rebirth?
Yeah, so I've seen a bunch of lists, actually. If you go through league data, you see a lot of people playing these cards. And
Ephemerates. I've seen all 3 of them with Grease. It's like, good grief,
I would generally side with Malakir Rebirth, just because the utility of being able to play it as a land when it's bad is very nice.
Yep.
That said, I can understand going with Undying Evil in this deck. Undying Evil is a much stronger effect, right? You get the extra +1/+1 counter, you don't lose the 2 life. So definitely a stronger card when you're using it in that role. But this deck has so many other ways to get value out of the card when you're pitching it to Liliana or Seasoned Pyromancer that you mitigate the times when it's bad, you mitigate that downside. And once you've mitigated that, I think going for the upside of Undying Evil being a little bit better when you're casting it makes sense. But that's specific to the details of this deck. I think by default, I would lean Malakir Rebirth, and I need reasons to switch away. But this deck just has those reasons.
Yep. Totally agree. All right. I am going first. I'm going to keep it slightly awkward, but I think I'm still in.
Ooh. I'm going to keep, but I'm not excited about it.
All right, I'm going to play this, and I'll pass to you.
On a bad draw, I will play a tapped Blood Crypt and pass.
Okay, I will crack this for, let's go with a Hallowed Fountain. I'm at 19. Then I'm going to take 2. I got a Sanctifier.
Moves you to 17.
Pass to you.
Black Leafless Inquisition. Right on time.
Right on time indeed. Yeah, I guess. There's that. I got a couple of Solitudes.
Okay, pass the turn.
All right. I'll attack for 2.
I'm at 18.
Pass to you.
Castle Lochthwain, pass.
Okay, I will crack to 16. Let's get a Temple Garden. On tap. I'm at 16, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Draw. I'll attack for 2.
16 all.
Pretty good one there. I got a Teferi.
Yep.
I think I just want to tick up on this to start. And I'll play this and I'll pass to you.
I will play a Colligan's Command, deal 2 to Fairy, have you discard a card?
That's probably comboing with a Bolt if I was a betting man. which makes me sad. All right.
Bolt Fairy.
Okay.
Pass the turn.
I'll crack this down to 15. Just get a breeding pool. Untap. A draw. All right. Well, we finally did it. Witness. Get back Ephemerate.
Yep.
I'll Ephemerate Witness now. Get back Teferi.
Yep.
I'm going to play this and attack for 2.
I go to 14.
Pass to you.
Okay. Play Marsh Flats.
Okay.
I'm gonna Collective Brutality, the Eternal Witness, discarding a Marsh Flats to drain you for 2.
Okay. Sounds good. So you go to 16, I go to 14?
13. You missed a fetch.
Okay, sure. That's what you had, Rob?
I'll play Dark Confidant. Pass the turn.
Okay, I will crack this.
Now we got 16 to 12.
Yep. I think it doesn't have a type, right? Like, that's correct?
Yeah, Rich Thicket.
I thought I remembered one of those lands was also something that you could search for, but I guess I'm wrong.
Battle lands you could had types.
Oh, okay. All right, we'll get this.
Yeah, the ones that work the opposite way, where you have to have 2 of that type or whatever, right?
Yep, that's right. So I could Solitude that, or I could just go to Teferi Bounce to start. I think I like that. Teferi?
Yep.
Bounce, draw. Then I'll attack for 2.
14.
And I don't think I want to play these, so then I'll pass to you.
Play Dark Confidant.
Okay.
Pass the turn.
Untap. A draw. Tick up. Attack for 2.
I'm at 12.
Then I'll just Solitude this.
So I gain 2.
Yep. So you just stay at 14?
Yeah.
Okay, pass to you.
End step, I'll go to 13 to crack the Marsh Flats.
Then we go into 11?
Yep.
All right. Castle, 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 castle.
You have 2 in hand?
3.
3.
3 magical cards. All completely busted.
Draw a castle.
Okay.
Draw for turn.
Yep.
Okay. We drew some good ones.
Uh-oh.
I will abrade, dealing 3 to Solitude.
All right.
And play Liliana of the Veil.
God, you're lucky.
Edict you.
You're so lucky.
Yes, I'm the lucky one.
I agree. Done?
You can go.
All right. I will tick this up. I will cast a Noble.
Yep.
And I'll pass to you.
I will hard cast a Grief.
That's pretty good. I'll path it. Then
How many basics do I have left?
Yeah, then here you go. Is it just discard, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll just discard both then.
Yep, that's the idea with the plus on Lily.
Okay.
And then I will pass the turn.
All right, I'll draw. I'll attack Lily.
Down to 1.
Go. Great.
Okay, I have stabilized and I have
Yeah.
castle.
Yeah.
That is also good. So I'm gonna play Dothy Voidwalker.
Okay.
Then I will plus Lily.
Okay.
Then I will activate Castle.
Okay,
with a
you're at 10. Yep.
And then I will pass the turn.
All right. All right. I need a good one. I got plenty of them. Yeah, that probably is considered one of the good ones. I'll play this. Return this. You out of bolt?
No.
All right. So I get a 5/3.
No, it's when he puts into the graveyard. So when you crack the fetch, you'll get.
Oh, okay. Well, still good. I'll still sack.
You don't get 2. Like
That's what I thought. I was like, wow, this card is messed up. All right. So yeah.
cracking the fetch puts you to 11.
Yep. I'll get a land, and that has shadow, huh?
Yep.
I will attack Liliana, and I'll pass to you.
Oh, let's draw a removal spell, please.
No removal, please.
Plus Liliana.
Okay.
Voidwalker stops this game, right?
Oh, no way.
Oh yeah, it's any card.
Cool. All right. Well, this is exiled with a void counter then.
That's good. So plus discarding the Thoughtseize. Definitely want to do that. Do I want to cost myself a life to see if I can hit a removal spell that costs 2? It's really just a Braid, and I only have 1 Braid left in my deck. So I don't think that's worth the life.
Okay.
So I am going to play this other Liliana, and
Okay.
I guess Edict You, since it's going to die anyway.
Okay.
So that's also exiled.
Oh, yep.
Then I will draw a card with the castle, go to 9.
Okay.
Then I'll go to 6 because I only have Blood Crypts left and Bolt Your
Oh my
Titania.
God. Are you kidding me? Oh. Yes, you are indeed the lucky
Now I'll
one.
sacrifice Voidwalker, cast Titania, return Bloodstained Mire. Then I'll crack this, go to 5, get a 5/3.
Wow.
Because mine actually works, unlike yours.
I hate you so much right now.
I'm not even sure I have a land. I do have one. So we'll get a tap Blood Crypt, and then I'll pass the turn.
Stupid.
Glad I changed Ross's name to Ross the Lucky One Merriam.
Oh.
Go.
You know you're supposed to have Vial on turn 1 and not turn 9, right?
I have drawn so many vials so late in the game. Oh my God.
Are you becoming Ross?
I think I am.
Attack for 10.
I'll take it.
You go to 1. I'll play this other Liliana. I'll tick it up.
Okay.
Is there any... You don't have haste creatures. I'll go to 4.
Sure. You're at 4?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is there anything that kills me?
I don't know.
Pass the turn.
Doubt it.
Yeah.
All right.
A meteor striking the building, maybe?
Yeah, that's my best out. Does a planes get you? Wow. That was a trash game. That was a complete trash game.
That's just the
Again,
power-
trash for you.
Castle Lochthwain.
Yeah, Castle did rip me apart there, that's for sure.
Probably drew 4 extra cards.
Yeah, something like that. Well, you want to stretch this one? You want to play another one?
I'm
or?
trying to think if we've got long matchups because I don't want to get.
Yeah,
get
I got the
stuck.
Monkey Blade next.
That matchup could be long because I'm playing Amulet.
And then the last one is Living End from my end. That one will be relatively fast.
Let's just move on. I don't know how long this second match is going to take, and those decks are sweet.
Those decks are really sweet. Okay, all right. Yeah, this one was tilting enough here. I don't want to put myself through that again. So
we didn't get to see like your deck really operate the way. I guess we got to see part of the way it operates, right? With the ephemerates and eternal witnesses, you got to grind a little bit of value there in the third game.
Finally
you never really got to use the toolbox. Like you'd never cast an Eldamri's Call. I just took it out of your hand every game.
Yep. No, and honestly, that's going to happen with a heavy disruptive deck like that. But
so much of it is just what you can draw off the top. And in game one, you hit the Sanctifier, that was great.
Yeah.
And in game two, you hit nothing, that wasn't great.
That wasn't great.
In game three, you hit good things, but then I also hit good things.
And then I hit 3 Aether Vials and like 5 lands. So I drew like garbage that last game. But even like a Witness there at the end, I'm right back in it.
A call, that's the thing about Eldamri's Call gives you a juicier deck late game because it's such a good top deck, especially when you have vials already.
Oh yeah, I mean if I top deck Witness there at the end, I go Witness, return Ephemerate it, get back to Fairy, bounce Titania. I don't think I'd have enough to cast it that turn, but still, I think
you would because you had a vial on 3, so you'd vial in the Witness.
But I'd have to pay for the Teferi. So
and the Ephemerate, you didn't have 9, you had like 7.
I had like 7 or something, but still, those kind of things. This deck snowballs out of control pretty quickly, and you have 8 Eternal Witnesses to really set that in. It really is just a Witness deck, But
Witness Ephemerate, they're best buds.
Yeah, but Ross's best bud is drawing or having demonic tutor. His best bud is demonic tutoring every single turn to get you out of it. So round 1 goes to you.
Good for a hand where I kept 5 lands Bolted Braid.
Wow.
But it had Castle Lock to win.
That's true. Yeah, that's pretty strong then. But yeah, all right. Ross taking down match number 1. Match number 2, I'm going to be playing, I think, the deck that I'm probably most excited for the day, and this is the Jeskai Stoneblade deck with Ragavan. Won the other challenge. I was just picking winners here for these deck lists.
I believe Nassif took the exact list and lost playing for top 8 the next day.
Did he?
Yeah, finished 13th in the Sunday challenge, but won the Saturday challenge. Deck looks awesome.
Yeah, and speaking of Nassif, the deck I'll be playing at the end was the deck where when this Jeskai Stoneblade won, he took 9th playing Living End, which I think that's a very good deck as well. So what are you going to be playing against me?
My second deck is going to be Amulet Titan.
Okay.
Sort of emerged as the best Urza Saga deck. I think there were, I crunched numbers, there were 13 Urza Saga decks, I believe, across the 64, the 2 top 32s.
Okay.
And 8 of the 13 were Amulet Titans. So Urza Saga had a little, as an overall card, had a worse second week than it did the first week, but Amulet with Saga is...
It's very good. And I think the track record of you winning with Amulet on the show is quite high. So we'll see. I got a mountain to climb here. So we're going to take a short 5-minute break, everybody, and then we'll be right back with round number 2 here on Versus Live. All right, everybody, welcome back to Versus Live. My name is Corey Baumeister.
And I'm Ross Mario.
And we got Rob in the booth. Say Ross is the luckiest human alive, Rob.
Ross is the luckiest human alive, Rob.
Dude, I agree. You've been watching these games too, huh? Yeah. The man knows. He's unbiased, so that's just true.
I'm not going to argue with you.
Okay, perfect. Now that we're all on the same page, Rob will be taking all your questions, comments, concerns, and burns in the chat. Make sure to take @StarCityGames so he can get his favorite ones sent over to us. So today we're playing More Modern. Yes, excellent. More Modern. We love it. But now we had a really fun show with our viewer-submitted show on Tuesday. Played a little bit more wacky decks, although I did just fall in love with that Breach deck, and now I'm going to play in the challenge this weekend. So whoever, I think that was Bear Mace. Yeah, so Bear Mace, hooked it up and gave me a cool deck to try. But today we're playing the decks that really had some success in last week's challenges as far as the leagues and the challenge results go. And I'm going to be playing one of the decks that won the first one, and that is Jeskai Stoneblade with Ragavan, Monkey Blade, if you will. Nassif picked it up after this. He said, it was 1 win away. And it just looked good. It's a nice blue, good Stoneforge deck that also just gets to take advantage of Ragavan. And, Ragavan is proving to be able to, be in aggressive decks, be in more controlling decks like the Grixis Aspiring Spike build, or be in these kind of Stoneforge decks. Like it's just proving to just be more of a awesome mid-range card than people maybe thought right away. Everyone just kind of thought it was going to be like a hyper-aggressive mono red card.
Yeah,
but
that's just not what it is.
It's not what it is. It's a mid-range card.
Yeah,
yeah.
You know, it generates value. It's not, you know, putting your opponent under a ton of pressure, even though it's a 1-mana 2/1, which is like okay stats, but really not great. You know, aggro decks have always needed to do a little bit better than that to compete in Modern. So
remember when Savannah Lines was just a great card?
I do.
Just look at the Savannah Lines and then look at Ragavan and look at, you know, the 10 years of Magic that we played in between, and it's like, this card's okay now, but
more like 25 years between those two cards.
Fair, whatever. Time is an illusion if COVID taught me anything. So yeah.
Yeah, but you know, it definitely, you know, you want to play Ragavan with a bunch of cheap disruptions so that your opponent can't just put a blocker in the way, and you want to play in decks that can play an attrition game so that when you play your 1-drop and they just kill it, you don't feel bad. You know, aggro decks don't want their creatures to get killed on turn 1, and you know that's one of the things that can easily happen because it's a 2/1. So you want to play in a deck that you know will have that trade happen and just shake it off.
Yeah.
You know, give the old Taylor Swift.
Give the old Taylor Swift. I like it. Okay, so what are you playing again? I know we mentioned it before.
I'm playing Amulet Titan, one of the most successful decks over the first 2 weeks of Modern Horizons Standard. Just an easy and great home for Urza's Saga. You know, we're mainly just finding Amulet of Vigor. There's one expedition map in the main that you can find with it. If that's better, you've got some utility out of the sideboard with it. Yeah. But it's just a way to find Amulet to enable those fast Titan draws, or you know, when you have it in the late game, you can just start grinding value with it. You can find them off of a Titan trigger and start making a bunch of constructs.
Or with like bounce lands, make a Urza, then it goes to chapter 2. If you have a scout or something, you can bounce it as at chapter 3, so you can still get that. Like that's something that no other deck is doing, is abusing the return it, play it kind of thing, you know, which is awesome.
Just endless supply of constructs. So it's not quite as immediately powerful as Field of the Dead. In terms of generating that late game, but I think ultimately probably about on par there with how much synergy there is with all those bounce effects, and it is much better as an early game enabler, so it fills a dual purpose. Really, really awesome card, and a card that has been missing from the deck since Field was banned.
Yep, totally with you. All right, so I'll be going first. I got to keep it. This hand's a little awkward, but still good enough to keep here.
I am gonna keep as well, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not great.
I got a monkey.
Oh, God.
No grazer, no grazer, no grader. Grazer, the unbeatable grazer. Oh, God.
Yeah, I will play Urza Saga.
Okay.
And pass the turn.
Okay. All right, the beatdowns, 18. Okay, but I have kind of a sweet little follow-up. I got a sword. Pass to you. That one got you a little wide-eyed, huh?
Wow.
Yeah, not bad.
Chapter 2.
Yeah.
Then I have an Explore.
Okay. Go, monkey, go! I don't know if I've cast a single spell off anybody's library with this card yet, though, including the league that I played last night with 3 of them in the main.
I'll play Valakut as my second land.
Okay.
And then I'll pass the turn.
All right, not an ideal draw there. I will crack Flooded Strand. Go to 19.
Yep.
Just put a Hollowed Fountain into play tapped. Then I'll equip Sword.
Yep.
Attack.
I will go to 14.
Yep. Untap.
Discard Arboreal Grazer.
Okay. A little late on the grazer, huh? All right, then I'll pass to you.
I will draw.
Yep.
I will float a colorless.
Okay.
And I'm going to get the
Mapper Amulet, eh?
God, this just all went to crap, didn't it? I'm going to get the map.
Okay.
Very much regretting having led on Urza Saga.
Instead of Unbeatable Grazer?
No, I drew the grazer much off the Explorer.
Oh, okay. Now you're back to your own ways. You know, I thought maybe I stole your mojo and I was top decking vials late and stuff, but I'm glad you're top decking your cards late as well now. Are you pondering?
Yeah, I'll play Cavern on Nymph.
Okay.
Cast an uncounterable Dryad.
Okay.
And then play a Misty Rainforest.
Okay.
And pass the turn.
All right.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's fine. Okay. Put the steam vents tapped, then declare attacks.
Yeah. I'll go to 10.
Yep. Trigger on the stack. I'll float 3 blue.
I'll discard a Dryad.
Okay. Classic. With the 3 blue. Got a charm, but I don't know what I want to do with it. I could take your map. To start. Do think I want to strip you of resources if I can. And you're at 10, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I'll take this.
Yep.
And I'll pass to you.
Nothing like drawing the worst possible.
Yay! Worst possibles.
And I'll play Blast Zone.
Okay, that's really good.
And that one I already had.
Oh, okay.
Could have done it last turn, but I wanted to get value out of the map.
Okay.
And I sort of did by trading for the charm. But,
Yeah.
I will attack for 2.
Okay, we'll go to 17.
And I will pass the turn.
End step Snapcaster. I'll draw 2.
Yep.
Untap. Cast a Teferi.
Sure.
I'll re-equip sword.
Yep.
Declare.
I'll go to 4.
Okay. Triggers. I can get Amulet, huh? All right. I'm gonna start by bouncing this. Draw. And then I'll cast Batterskull. Get a Jeremy Germ. And I'll pass to you.
Don't think I can beat that.
Hoping not.
I guess another fetch land would do it. Actually, that might do it too.
Classic.
I'll play another uncounterable Dryad.
Okay.
I'll play Vesuva, copying Valakut.
Okay.
I'll deal 6 damage to the Germ.
Okay.
And then if you had 2 bolts, you could have used them there. I could. I'm mainly worried about like another Ragavan. So if I kill like both of Corey's creatures now, he can dash it, equip sword, and kill me. Whereas the only other thing I would be worried about is removal spell on the Dryad. If you have second Ragavan and Prismatic Ending, there's nothing I can do because you get to force my hand, and then you have enough mana to pay 3, dash Ragavan, and equip the sword. And that'll get me. So I can't beat that. If you're holding a bolt and I let you go to your turn to try to play around Ragavan, then you can draw a second bolt. But you clearly don't have 2 bolts already, so you'd have to have bolt, no Ragavan, draw a second bolt. I think that's less likely than you just having another Ragavan, so I'll pass.
Untap. A draw. I'll take up.
I'll do the obvious thing.
That's annoying of you, Ross.
You know I'm going to draw a bounce land next, right?
Probably.
And just kill you?
Probably, I don't know what really I can do. Got a land. So close to doing cool stuff. All right, declare attacks. Hey,
4 blocks, go to 3.
Okay.
And should be able to just get a breeding pool here. Two Valakut triggers. I'll send 1 at the Snap and 1 at the Ragavan.
They did. I think I only have 1 real play. And that's sad. I'm going to crack this, go to 16, return Batterskull, and then replay it using all my resources. Germ up. And pass to you.
Primeval Titan.
Oh. Yeah, I'm dead.
Yeah, I just get the third Valakut, or the second actual Valakut and any land.
I was one land away from killing you. So I had a Ragavan, but I only... See, I could go to equip with Batterskull, and then you'd have to act first. And then I had 3 lands, so I could dash in, but I needed 1 more to equip. So I was just 1 land short.
Huh.
Tilt. Ugh. Gross.
The power of Urza Saga, you know?
Yeah.
It was a little weird because each time you were revealing, bounce lands with your own Ragavan triggers, but I wanted to draw them.
Yeah,
So you were kind of tilted not having spells, but I was tilted to not have a bounce land.
Yeah.
I knew eventually I would want to reset the cavern, but fortunately that didn't come to be necessary.
Yeah, and then you had to draw either a fetch land or another Vesuva or
the second
Valakut.
Valakut, the Vesuva. I'm not even sure if there is another fetch land. Sometimes it can be hard to fit a lot of fetches in these decks. And the lists are always slightly different.
Yeah. Well, we saw Ragavan was absolutely popping off there, though. Ragavan looked awesome there on the play against Amulet, but I mean, you could have still had Grazer to brick it a little bit, but yeah. Still pretty strong.
That said, if you didn't have a counter spell, which it didn't seem like
I had Force.
You had Force. So I could have, if I had just drawn any untapped land, then I get to play the Primeval Titan.
Yeah, but you didn't have Dryad. You didn't have Dryad.
Because I was
because I bounced it. So you prime time, knock yourself out. Yeah, then I just kill you with pro green, but. So you needed that exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Even if Colony Garden was in the deck, and I don't think it is anymore, that creates a green blocker, so you can't make a colorless blocker. I guess, Urza Saga wouldn't get to make colorless blockers until the next turn. And a little 2-outer.
A little 2-outer, no big deal. Classic Ross.
That's how we drew it up.
Just how we drew it up. I'm just not even surprised at this point anymore. So,
do you have Cryptic Man in your deck?
I do. Yeah.
That was a card I actually didn't play around by passing the turn too.
Yeah, no, I was getting pretty flooded there.
So
I was getting flooded, and I was only hitting lands off your Ragavans, and I still almost won. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna keep. This hand is not bad.
Not bad.
Not bad. Not great.
It's not bread. Not bread.
It is indeed not bread.
Anybody got that obscure Simpsons reference?
Nope. Because nobody watches The Simpsons anymore because we're all adults.
It's the episode where Marge goes to invest in the pretzel wagon. It's a pretzel.
That sounds like a good investment opportunity.
Solid.
She's in an investment group, and they want to, invest in the Fleet of PETA franchise, and she got kicked out of it because she didn't want to. So then she wanted to show them up, so she invests in the pretzel wagon.
Great.
It wasn't very successful.
Excellent.
Until Homer got the mob to help her.
Sweet.
And then mob things ensued.
You good?
No, this hand sucks.
This hand sucks.
It was 6 lands Grazer, and I couldn't even cast the Grazer on turn 1.
That is not good. Rob, you got any questions? I'm guessing all related to Simpsons and.
Yeah. So, who do you like better? No. The actual questions. Ross, what do you think about about choosing to use the Ravnica Boros lands instead of Handwar Battlements to give haste to your creatures?
So, in a post Field of the Dead world, I thought you needed to combo kill a lot more often, and so the +2/+0 on Slayer Stronghold ends up being very relevant.
Yeah, because people usually take 3 to 4 damage, and you just 16 them.
Yeah. So it was really the difference. It's really a 4 damage difference because of double strike at the end. So that made sense to me. That after Field was banned, people went back to Boros Garrison and Slayer Stronghold instead of Handwar Battlements to pair with Valakut.
Yeah.
You're good with bounce lands anyway. You'd rather have another green bounce land, but it's not that much of a cost. Possibly in a post now Urza Saga world, it might make a little bit more sense to do that because Urza Saga can be a really strong late game. I'm not sure if it's the issue there is that there are games where you're falling behind and it's not as immediately impactful. Tutoring for Urza Sagas off of Primeval Titan trigger isn't going to make you a bunch of constructs.
You probably don't do that often, to be honest. Yeah.
I think against control decks you probably do.
Yeah.
Or you just set up more Titans.
Where you think you're about to get pathed, that Titan's about to get pathed immediately. Yeah.
So it doesn't do exactly the same thing that Field did. So I still think there are enough situations where you need to combo that I like having the Slayer Stronghold.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. I don't play a lot of Amulet, but I'm always afraid of those combination of lands rather than just haste from battlement.
Okay.
All right, what do you
Second
got? What do you
hand.
got?
This hand is much better.
Okay.
Much better. And I believe I've just got to put that one back.
I got a Tarn. I'll pass to you. No Regavan for me, unfortunately.
Okay. Well, I have a Grazer.
Okay, good. I'm glad. All right, I'm going to crack
And then
this.
flare US and pass the turn.
Always be grazing. All right, get a Hollowed Fountain. Untap, a draw. Now I'll take 2 and I got a Stoneforge.
You do 18?
17.
Oh, yeah. Missed it. I assume
All
we are
right.
getting the S word.
I think I want to get the sword. I also, I could just get, Cauldra, but I don't think this is exactly what I want, although it is pretty strong, but sword is just so good at trying to strip you of resources that I think it's worth it. I'm going to go with that.
Okay. I will play a Sunhome and a Dryad. And I'll play a Crumbling Vestige, not doing anything with the mana, so who cares? And I'll pass.
Okay.
What did you end up going with?
Sword.
Okay.
All right, I got a Scalding Tarn. I'll pass to you. I was hoping for anything but Dryad there on turn 2, but you got me.
Well, I've just got an Urza Saga here. Would have liked to have played that last turn.
Yeah.
But it just came off the top.
Okay.
And I will pass.
End step activate.
Yep.
I will put a Batter Skull into play. Germ. Sacrifice. Go to 16. Let's go with. Doesn't really matter that much. We'll go with a Steam Event. Okay, I guess we only have one of those. Oh, yeah. I gotta try them. Forgot about that. Okay. I'm gonna untap. Alright. I'll take 2. Flash and Sword.
You're at 14.
Attempt to equip.
Equip's good.
I will attack.
I go to 14, you go to 20.
Alright. Discard.
I will discard Primeval Titan.
What could that other card be? All right. Then second main. I'll play Regavan. Pass to you.
Draw. Chapter 2.
Yep.
Well, in one sense it's a tilt because it's a tapped land, but it's a pretty good tapped land. I'll play
Valakut, of course.
And we'll hit the Ragavan.
Ragavan dead.
And then I'll pass the turn.
Okay. On tap. A draw. That's the one that costs 4. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to block and give double strike.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to equip the sword over here.
Okay.
I'm going to attack.
Before blocks, I'll make a construct.
Yep.
Go to blocks.
Yep.
Wow. Happy that worked. Definitely going to block the Stoneforge Mystic here, though. Corey moving the equipment over is definitely a sign that it's going to work.
Yep.
So then I'll take. The Grazer's probably not doing anything, right?
Yeah, probably not.
Let's just jump with the
Okay, you'll
Grazer.
stab 14. I go to 24.
Yep.
Pass to you.
Now I will draw.
Yep. Chapter 3.
And I could go for Primeval Titan here. That just seems unlikely to work. Corey's seen a bunch of cards, hasn't cast a single counter spell yet. And I think I have a good line here, and that is Chapter 3 on the stack. I will make another construct.
Okay.
Then I will let this go.
Okay.
And I will find Expedition Map.
Makes sense.
Wherever it is. Oh, it was right on top.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, then I will sack the map. I'll find the other Valakut. I will play it, get 2 triggers, hit the Stoneforge twice, and then I will play another Urza Saga and get the Germ twice.
God, you're a jerk. All right, I'll return it.
And then I'll attack for 2 with the Dryad.
All right.
22.
Yep.
Pass the turn.
All right, I'll crack this, go to 21. All right, I'll dash and equip.
I will block with my Construct.
Okay, and I'll pass to you.
Drop.
Yep.
Chapter 2. And now I have a... Now I have the decision of whether or not I want to go for the Primeval Titan or make a construct, right? Can't do both. If I let you, if you just counter the Primeval Titan, I'm gonna take a hit from the sword and a Ragavan. You have what, 4
cards?
4 cards. One of which is Ragavan, one of which is Batterskull.
Yep.
Feel like the other, you know, based on you holding up 3 mana last turn and 2 mana this turn, like it sort of suggests Counterspell and Archmage's Charm. Maybe you just have Counterspell and you just happen to have 3 mana up last turn. Doesn't seem like you would have made the Ragavan play last turn if you just had Archmage's Charm. I don't think getting a construct out of the way is worth that unless you're really, you know, and it doesn't seem like a great bluff. So I think you have at least a Counterspell.
I've been known for a good bluff from time to time.
Yeah. So I'm going to play Sakura Tribe Scout and attack for 2.
Okay.
You go to 20?
Yeah, or 19. I took a pain.
Yeah. Pass the turn. The Tribe Scout is also nice here because if I draw a land next turn, I can just hold that up and the Ragavan is no longer a threat. So it gives me a way to cover both in one turn. So that also motivated my decision here.
Yeah. All right. Same play.
Yeah. Make a construct before blocks.
Yep.
And block.
Okay.
If Corey had drawn a bolt, I would have gotten majorly punished.
Yeah.
I knew he didn't have a bolt.
Pass to you. Drawing removal spells in my Jeskai deck? That's crazy.
So chapter 3 of the saga.
Yeah.
Now all I can get are amulets, which is fine. I will attack for 2.
Okay. 17.
Or, I guess pre-combat, I'm going to go for the Titan.
I do have the counter.
Yeah. And then I'll attack for 2.
Yep.
You're at 17. Pass the turn.
So Ross, seeing as the Primeval Titan just got countered, people were kind of asking of your choice to go for the Valakut over a Cavern when you went for one before.
Well, I needed to go for the Cavern to kill Corey's Battlefield. I think yeah.
We go for Valakut.
Yeah, I need to go for Valakut because he had 2 4 toughness creatures, right? So I need 4 triggers to be able to clear everything away. I did want to get Cavern.
I'll play Ragavan.
Just hard casting?
Yep.
That's fine.
I'll equip.
That's fine.
Pass to you.
On your end step, activate Tribe Scout.
Yep.
Put in Urza Saga, deal 3 to Ragavan, 3 upstairs.
Okay.
You go to 14?
Yep. Ugh, that's so good.
Yeah, Saga was a good drop. Then I'll draw chapter 2 there. Could have Snapcaster that trades for the Tribe Scout. Would you even want to do that, though? Yeah, I'll attack for 3.
Okay, no blocks.
You go to 11?
Yep. And you're still at what? 14?
I'm at 14.
Okay.
Yeah. Play another Dryad. Not a great draw here, but it does insulate me
Sure.
against top deck removal, so.
All right, end step, I'm going to draw 2.
Okay.
If I would have known I was top decking a land, then charming a Saga would have been sweet, but
Charming a Construct.
yeah.
You got a million cards in hand?
1 million.
It's really nice how Dryad has made the deck much less dependent on resolving a Primeval Titan.
Yeah. 6. All right. Doesn't feel good, but I got a Jace.
Yep.
Brainstorm. These 2 on top. Then I will cast Regavant.
Sure.
I'll crack this to 10. Get a land and just equip up Regavant. Past you.
End step, I'll make a Construct.
Yep.
Draw.
Yep.
Yeah, I think I'll make a Construct with the trigger on the stack.
Okay.
And then I'll find another amulet.
Okay. It's going to be a tricky game to win, that's for sure.
You're 10 right now.
10, yep. Especially if I die on the spot.
Don't think I can kill you on the spot.
That's good.
Unless I draw Vesuva or fetch land off this Explorer. or bounce land.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Got a 4th?
Maybe.
Seems like he's got a 4th.
What's it to you? So I think I'm dead to even just a land. So you can hit me for 6, attack with your team. I can block 1 and I die. So I die to any land.
Yeah.
So yeah, all right, I'll force. Pitch a cryptic command.
In my head, the way I was doing the math, I missed a bolt
Yeah.
in my head. One Valakut trigger. Okay, so that gets countered, which is a little annoying. And now I've got to figure out how I want to attack. There's a couple options here. I can not try to give up any value and just send the Construct at Jace. And that gives Corey the option of whether he wants to let the Jace die or trade Ragavan for the Construct. I imagine he would trade Ragavan for their Construct immediately and just see what he hits off of the Jace. So I don't really like that line. And if I'm going to be attacking with the green creatures, I might as well just send all of them at the Jace. You can block 1, and you know, it doesn't really harm my position that much. And then the question is, do I even attack with the other Construct at that point? Because you'll now have the Ragavan if you find another Jace, Cryptic Command, Archmage's Charm for this other Construct. It could get a little dicey.
Dicey. Yeah, it's an interesting spot.
But it does leave you at 6, which is just then dead to any land, which is pretty attractive. And if you're using removal to deal with the Construct, you're probably not dealing with the Dryad. So I think I like Construct at you, green creatures at Jace.
Okay.
Yeah. Or he can, trade the Ragavan, but then he just loses everything, and I feel pretty good about my position.
I'm going to eat a Dryad.
Yeah, that's what I figured would happen here.
I'll take 4,
Yep.
down to 6.
Pass the turn.
All right.
And Bolt is also no longer a relevant interaction with the constructs being as big as they are.
Oh boy. All right. Well, we got some options. None of which are super great, but there are options. All right, I'm gonna bounce. Actually, no, this is better. Okay, I'm gonna bounce and tap.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Really not much I could have done about that. Unless I wanted to give Corey the option of keeping the Jace alive.
Then I'll attack.
Yeah, I'll go to 10.
I'll float 3 blue, I guess. Untap. Let's see what you got. Obviously. Then I got a Batter Skull. Get a Germ. Re-equip. And pass to you.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like it's a Ross Merriam primetime time, if I've ever seen one.
You mean prime time that I literally can't cast?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Like, why you thought that play was bad? It was incredible.
Okay, yeah. I didn't realize that you didn't have actual primetime mana to cast here.
Yeah.
Okay. Was it a land to kill me last turn if I didn't?
Well, you knew it was a land.
Oh, yeah, that's right. All right. That force saves the day. It's been a good game.
9, you would only take 3 there. Huh. I didn't really think about it until afterwards, but the fact that you pitched Cryptic Command to Force is like the sign that you have another one.
Yeah.
So,
I wish I had another blue card. I had so many lands that I had to shuffle away.
I feel like in that world where I know you have Cryptic Command, I probably can't throw a Dryad away. And I think I should have just sent Construct at Jace. I think that was a mistake.
Yep,
if you throw the Ragavan away, then you can't connect with the sword, and I'm fine. If you throw the Jace away, then you can't bounce. You can't deal with both Dryads or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
2, 4.
Done.
No, I mean, I can. 7 lands over there. Yeah, this all came crashing down, didn't it?
A little bit.
Just trying to think of how I can get back into this game. If I can do it by being aggressive, or if I have to hope to draw something next turn. Definitely just made a mistake with my attack last turn. Should have just known you had Cryptic Command and played around it. It's 6. I can make an attack that that forces a trade between the germ and a construct and deals you a total of 3 damage. But then you just have 7 mana. You just equip both over there. Attack me for 8. I will go to 2. Untap all your stuff and.
My creature's a 6/6, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Oh, you can give it double strike.
I can give both constructs double strike.
Oh.
Because I drew a Boros Garrison.
Oh, wow. Well, you can only do it to 1, right? Because that doesn't untap.
It gets returned and then I play.
Oh, of course. Yep. Okay, yeah, that's kind of scary.
But that just doesn't really do anything.
Yeah.
Like it just makes a trade that you're fine with and leaves me vulnerable to your attack. So if that's the case, I think I just need to pass the turn.
Okay.
Because what I need to do is find another source of blue mana so I can bounce Teleria West. I need to find a Growth Chamber is what I needed. I needed Growth Chamber, not Boros Garrison.
Yeah. All right, I got a Stoneforge. See what else I got. I think I only have the Cauldron. That would make sense. I don't think there's a Fire and Ice or anything. So, yeah, we'll get this.
1 mana short of hard casting it before combat.
Yep. So I probably should have waited to play this Stoneforge. Then I'll move to combat and just attack with Mr. Braunduin.
So it doesn't have trample, right?
Nope.
So I can. It's a 6.
6, yep.
I could double block with both constructs, but then if you take Amulet after combat, I lose this one because you'll deal 4 here, 2 here. Then this is a 3/3. I guess you would just take the construct with Charm or whatever. So, but I need to leave the bounce in my hand. But yeah, I'm just gonna block and then put this in, make a bunch of mana, and return the Garrison.
And you're gonna return. You're gonna keep Garrison in your hand.
Yes.
Okay. I guess that does allow you to play Titan if you top deck it then, because you tap the Forest, Boros Garrison, and do that.
Yes.
Okay, so first strike damage happens, then regular damage.
Yeah,
I gain 6.
You go to 12.
12. And my germ is dead. And I think I just want to keep Primeval Titan off the table. So let's bolt that. And let's re-equip Regavan. 6. I guess if you get Dryad, I just die, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
You will die to a Dryad.
Yeah,
Which
Dryad.
means you're dead to a Summoner's Pact. And I also think... And you're dead to a Simic Growth Chamber.
How so?
A Blade Growth Chamber, make mana,
Teleria.
return Teleria Risk, get Pact, get Dryad. Play Dryad, and then... Oh, no, because I can't do that because I'll have already used the land. But I'll get Primeval Titan instead.
Yeah. Well, I guess I have to have you bricked, so I'm dead. And I guess we'll just strap this and then pass to you. Or, actually... Maybe I want to just put Batterskull. Yeah, I'll just equip here. Then I'll say go. Don't do me dirty.
What does that do? Doesn't do enough. Would have done enough if I still had the Tribe Scout. Would have been enough. But as of now... So, I've got to play Vesuva copying Teleria West.
Okay.
And then pass the turn.
I see. 6, 11, 12. 11.
Do I have to do that? Or should this... No, this should just be Forest.
Just forest.
Yeah, because you're going to deal with the Boros Garrison. I just want another green source to be able to draw Primeval Titan.
Okay.
Because you can put the Cauldron to play and put Sword on it, and it's trample, so I'm going to lose the Garrison.
I will put this into play. Living Weapon. Let's go with Alex this time. Can equip sword, or do I want to equip Batter Skull?
Or equip Ragavan.
Or, I mean, equip Batter Skull to this.
The Cauldron.
Yeah, so that would be 12. Yeah, okay. I'm going to do that. Or wait, I need the sword as well. That's the whole point. All right, I'll equip here and then declare attacks.
Yeah, I have to block Ragavan. You're going to gain 6, and I'm going to take 7.
And you're going to take, you're going to take 7.
So you go to 18, I go to 3. I lose the Garrison. You untap your lands.
All right, I'll bolt you then. Sorry, I thought you were going to 4, so my math was different, but yeah.
Strata Selesnya Sanctuary, which would not have been good enough.
Woo, that was a close game.
Actually, I'm not even sure if Primeval Titan was good enough there, because you're...
Well, definitely wasn't with Snap, but... Yeah, because I was just going to a very high life total. Is that what you were thinking? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And you have the Calder, or I guess you don't have the Calder back.
Well, we're keeping the tradition alive of insanely long round 2s, and then have to sneak in a quick round 3. So maybe a good call. We left right after 3 games from the other match. So
that was game 2, right? So we take a break and do some sideboarding.
Yep.
And then we'll finish up this match between Amulet Titan and Jeskai Stoneblade. And don't go anywhere. Welcome back to Versus Live, where we are sideboarding in our matchup between Amulet Titan and Jeskai Stoneblade.
Oh, yeah.
On my side of things, we got a little grindy action with Tireless Tracker, generally very good against disruption-heavy matchups. I'm bringing in the other Arboreal Grazer to help stop early Ragavans. Also bringing in a couple Dismembers just to deal with, Corey's deck is not very threat-heavy. If I can just deal with the early Stoneforge Mystic, the early Ragavan, I'm usually going to have a lot of time to set up.
Yep.
I'm also going to try bringing in the one Foundation Breaker in case I need to hit Sword or Calder Complete or something like that.
Yeah.
Be a nice tutor target. I'm not going to bring in Force of Vigor. I don't think I want to go that hard towards the Disenchant effects, but having the one that you can tutor for is nice. Explorer just seems like the most cuttable card in the deck to me. It's it's a perfectly fine card, but it's the least essential. So that was the cut there. Kabira Crossroads is the worst land in the deck for this matchup, just not something we're interested in. And then I'm cutting the one Azusa as also another card that isn't that essential. It's in there because it can sometimes enable some really fast wins when you have an Amulet and a bounce land. But again, in this case, where we're in a post-board matchup against a heavy disruption deck, we're not often going to go for that because it's usually just not there. So yeah, the Azusa can also get cut.
Checks out to me. So for my end, Force of Negation is probably the card I want to cut the most. Followed pretty closely by the one Teferi. Teferi is pretty weak against Amulet decks. Lightning Bolt, I'm pretty hit or miss on. Bolting a Grazer to get through Ragavan, maybe killing Tireless Tracker. Hitting some Urza Saga tokens is reasonable as well. So I'm going to keep some, but I'm not in love with them. Bringing in
Bolt used to be a much better card in this matchup back when they were only Azusa before Dryad.
Oh, for sure.
And they were all 4 Sakura Tribe Scout decks. So you just had 8 good targets.
Yeah, Dryad now has really changed that dynamic quite a bit. But yeah, I do have Sakura Tribe Scout as targets as well. So maybe even I should just leave in all 4. But I'm going to try this. Bring in 3 Subtleties. Very good card against this. It's the Aether Gust replacement, but can also be a little bit stronger, can be free, and can also just have a body to attack with. Bringing in the one Prismari command, you got plenty of artifact targets. Even just drawing a couple of cards or killing a Tireless Tracker or something is great. And then bringing in one Path for Primeval Titan if it were to hit the battlefield. Maybe I don't die immediately, but That never works. It's always killing me.
You can also hit Dryad.
Yeah, true. And that's a big thing. It's the Dryad Valakut wins. I feel like you get just as much as just Primeval Titan get you type draws, especially when you can Urza Saga for another Valakut. Like, that is a sweet play. That is a really sweet play. Yeah.
That I found Expedition Map, I think, about as often as I found Amulet of Vigor. Right?
Yeah. Absolutely, especially in these counterspell matchups. Like, the speed doesn't really matter. If I was like a hyper aggressive deck, you get Amulet all the time and just try to crank out Titans a little bit faster. But now you have a little bit of play to your searches.
Want to reach into that toolbox?
Yeah, reach on in. Toolbox didn't work for me round 1, so.
I think I would have won that game if I had another Expedition Map in my deck.
Yeah,
second one.
Get another Vesuva.
Yeah,
instead of a second Amulet, that did you nothing. So, all right, final game of round 2.
I get to be on the play.
Ugh.
Everything's coming up Millhouse.
Well, how's your hand?
1, 2. It's kind of slow.
Okay. I like that. I like that a lot.
It has some good things in it.
Okay.
It has some things I like.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep.
I'm gonna keep as well. It's just okay, but
Okay, I'm gonna lead on Blast Zone Expedition Map.
okay. Classic. The classic start. I'm gonna lead on this. I'm gonna take 3, and I'm gonna play Ragavan. Unbelievable. I'll pass you.
Has Ragavan every game I don't have Grazer. Doesn't have it the game I have Grazer.
Yeah.
I'll play Growth Chamber.
Okay.
Pass the turn.
I like that. All right. Monkey business.
I'm at 18.
I'll get a treasure. Oh. Could cast this one. Doesn't really do much for me, admittedly. We'll skip on that. I'll take 2, and I got a Stone Forge.
So you go to 15.
Yep. Now, do I want sword or... Yeah, I'm just going to take sword. All right, past you.
Play Blast Zone.
Yep.
Play Dryad.
Yep.
I will play Vesuva, copy and Growth Chamber, return Blast Zone.
Okay.
Pass the turn.
Okay, not a bad draw. All right. I want to put in sword.
Yep.
Equip. Attack.
I'll take 4. I'm at 14.
Put you to take 4 from 15 to 11, right? Maybe I have that wrong.
You're at 15.
Oh, I'm at 15.
Yeah. You've attacked with Ragavan once and now attacking with it again with a sword.
Okay, so what do you got for life total? Sorry.
I'm at 14. You're at 15.
Okay. Perfect.
I will discard Summoner's Pact.
And give me the top card of your deck. That could be important. Then I will pass to you. Monkey blade, monkey blade.
Sack map.
Okay.
On Cavern.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Play Cavern on Elemental.
Okay.
Play Blast Zone. Play Foundation Breaker.
I'll subtlety that. Would you like to put that on top? Yeah, I wouldn't recommend that. Okay.
Corey said his hand wasn't good, and instead it was the nuts.
Play a land. Play a Stoneforge.
Sure.
Probably just want to go with Cauldra. If I had another white land, this would be even better. But I did not. Then I will attack.
I'm at 14 right now.
Yep. You can't block either of them. So.
Oh, that thing is flying.
Yep.
I don't know why
Yeah.
I was thinking about so I'll go to 7.
Yep. I'll float 2 blue.
Discard Tireless Tracker.
Okay, let's see that top. Okay. Then I will. Pass to you.
Float a colorless with Cavern. Play Celestia Sanctuary. Return Cavern.
Okay.
Play Cavern on Giant. Play Primeval Titan.
Ugh. Tilt. In response, I will draw 2.
Sure.
Yeah, that resolves.
Okay, gotta get Valakut here for sure, and then question is what other...
You played both your lands, right?
Yep.
Okay.
And that's the issue here. There's not really any other utility I can get. So I guess I just want to get another bounce land and return the Vesuva for next turn. So I can start making a second Valakut. So yeah, I'll get Growth Chamber Valakut. I'll deal 3 to Rogavan and 3 to Subtlety. And return the Vesuva.
Okay.
And then I will pass the turn.
I'm guessing you're still just dead to this, but... I will equip.
Sure. Oh, I'm losing a card. Why did I think this was a good idea?
Well, I think you're just dead too, right? Like,
I should have just gotten a fetch land.
trample just one of those creatures damage to a creature. Oh, I guess I can't just assign 1 and 1, huh? It doesn't have death touch. Ah, okay. So what did you get?
I'm just getting a fetch land instead.
Oh, okay. 6, 7. So if I attack, you double block. I do still have to assign lethal damage to him. Oh, yeah. Pro green. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, then I don't know what you can possibly have. So, yeah. I'll just attack you.
Dismember it. Oh, it's pro black. So I have to. Oh no, I'm dead then.
I have a counterspell too, but
Okay. Well, like I couldn't do it in. Well, I had to do it in response. But if I do that, you can just move the sword over, right, and get in for 3. Yeah, I just in my head this card is colorless.
oh yeah, because you had to
Yeah.
to lose some life. Yeah.
Yeah. So I literally needed just one. I needed. If I had another life point, I get to you put the Caldera into play on your turn. I just dismember it then.
Yeah.
And
Well, yeah, you could have done it at my end step where I had no response, but
then
yeah.
I'm at 3 and you have sword and Stoneforge Mystics.
Yeah.
In my head, I just had to wait, but that doesn't work either because it's pro black.
Well, that was a great match.
Yeah, I
That
needed
was super close.
Yeah, I just needed a single other life point.
Yep.
And I'm pretty golden. I get to just I was even drawing a bounce land, so I get to go bounce land, do 3, replay Valakut, deal you 6, attack, deal you 12. So
Yeah.
I was gonna have 18 just there.
Yeah, not bad. Well, hooray! I'm glad you didn't have one more life point.
Yeah.
GG's.
Small mistake, or kind of big mistake in game 2. I was just distracted trying to explain the logic of the attack.
Yeah.
And not thinking even deeper about it, where
Yeah.
it's pretty clear when Corey pitches Cryptic Command to Force that he has another Cryptic Command.
Yeah,
Because that's just his best blue card in the entire deck at that point.
Pretty much, yeah.
And
like
so-
you still had to kill Jace, so like it was a tough spot, but
I think if I do the first attack, if I just send Construct to Jace and give you the option,
Yeah.
I know that neither option ends with me losing both.
both constructs.
Both 2/4, both Dryads.
Both Dryads,
That was
yeah.
the key. So
Yeah.
I threw away a Dryad in the attack to deal with the Jace, and then Cryptic Command dealt with the other one, and suddenly I just had nothing left because my mana base was so awkward.
Yeah.
So all I can do is send one construct.
Yep, that would have been better.
My guess is you really needed the threat, so I think you would have just let Jace die.
Yeah, I had Batter Skull, Cryptic Command, Force. That was my hand, and like 7 mana. So I could not have played Batter Skull even next turn. So, I mean, I probably blocked the construct, and then I have Jace to brainstorm again and hope to find something good, but who knows?
I think I would have just let Jace die, untap, bounce my remaining construct, draw a card, attack, see at least 2 more cards then, and you're fully untapped.
Yeah, but then I just died to any land. Like, that's a rough spot to be. And I don't know if I had a choice, but yeah, when you gave away Dryad, that Cryptic Command play was sweet. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess maybe if the option is lose your pressure, maybe you just need to dig hard enough to find answers to Dryads. But you don't have a lot of ways to dig Dryads off the battlefield, right?
I really don't.
Because you just never. I was like, I'm pretty sure you have Prismatic Ending, right? I remember this deck list.
Yeah, I never drew it. I never drew it at all. Yeah, and I mean, there would have been times where it would have been awesome.
Yeah.
But for the most part, paying 4 to deal with, or paying 3 to deal with Dryad, not that great either. But if I would have drawn that, like I had 7 mana, like pay 3 to deal with 1 Dryad, then if you top deck a land, I can Cryptic Bounce the other Dryad to not die to Valakut triggers. So, that's something, but...
Yeah.
But yeah, anyways, that will do it for our second round. Once again, our second round ends up being a long one, but just enough time to play our third one for the marbles. I'm going to be playing Gabriel Nassif's Living End deck, where it's just the best grief deck I've ever seen. By far. Like, even who cares about the ephemerate stuff, all that nonsense? You get to grief and then Living End and then bring it back again. You get to take the card that they could counter Living End with and then grief to take whatever their next turn can have. It's just awesome. I love this deck.
Yeah. And I'm going to be playing Aspiring Spike's Mono Red Phoenix deck that he's been having a lot of success with. I expect to see him streaming it in challenges this weekend, given how much he's enjoyed playing it on his stream this week.
Yeah.
But deck looks really, really cool. And, I'm a sucker for an Arclight Phoenix.
Yeah, who isn't? I welcome him to keep building Arclight Phoenixes. I bought like 18 of them when they were down to like 2 tickets or something, and I'm like, come on, one day the birdie's coming back, and I hope that that day is coming soon. So, all right, everyone, we're gonna take a short 5-minute break, and we'll be right back with round number 3 here on Versus Live for the Marbles. Don't go anywhere.
Hello and welcome back to Versus Live. I'm Ross Marion.
And I'm Corey Baumeister.
And we've got a Rob in the booth. Say what's up, Rob.
What's up, Rob?
Rob will be taking all of your questions, comments, concerns, and burns in the chat. Make sure to tag at Star City Games so he can see them and send his favorites over to us. final match of the day here, playing for some marbles.
Zamabas.
And we have both enlisted some outside assistance here to help us in our quest to gain the marbles. Corey playing a deck that Gabriel Nassif has been playing with on stream.
The man with the yellow hat.
Made a good run in the Saturday challenge, losing playing for the top 8 there, or at least coming up one short.
Breakers,
I don't know if he lost the last round or if he crawled his way back up, but 9th on breakers, so a very good run there.
Yeah.
And then nice job.
Perfect.
I'm going to be playing Aspiring Spikes Mono Red Phoenix deck. A pretty straightforward, prowess shell here. Also using Dragon's Rage Channeler, which is really the key card in the deck because that Surveil lets you hit those Phoenixes really often. Lets you put Lava Darts in your graveyard to set up big turns with the prowess creatures.
Okay.
So really, really important card there. Faithless Salvaging, of course, the main way to get Arclight Phoenixes in the graveyard that you have drawn.
Okay.
Another cool card to set up some good turns with prowess. It's 2 spells, so you're doubling up there and getting one of them for free. So a lot of explosive turns capable here, just like with prowess decks that you've seen before. But we also get the resilience that Arclight Phoenix provides in being this threat that that early cheap removal everyone plays to kill your prowess creatures is not going to be effective against Arclight Phoenix. So you've got 2 different kinds of threats. You got the early threat that you need bolt and push for, and you've got this sticky threat that you kind of want things like Path to Exile for that aren't as good against the 1-drop. So you force your opponent to react in 2 different ways, while your deck is still very self-consistent or eternally consistent, which I really like.
It's a sweet deck. And Living End for me, pretty similar to other Living End decks we've seen in the past, but we get Shardless Agent as another cascade effect,
so
as well as now just
moved into blue. You used to see blue Living End decks rely on As Foretold as their way, but now with Shardless Agent and Ardent Plea and Violent Outburst, I don't know if you're playing Ardent Plea.
No, but just a teamer deck. So we're just Violent Outburst, just Shardless Agent, then we have Grief, because we still have most of our cycle creatures are blue-black, or at least have a few of them.
Free Wraith and Architects of Will at the very least. Grief is just a really good card in that deck.
Grief is awesome, yeah. So, and I mean, you get to just, if you ever draw a Living End, you get to pitch those because they're useless anyways. So, really cool stuff. I'm ready to battle. You as well?
Let's do it. I'm on the play.
All right.
I think this is a keep.
I think mine is a keep as well. It's a little sketch, but I'm in.
I will start with a Dragon's Rage Channeler.
Okay.
Then I will play Mishra's Bauble and Surveil one.
Okay. And it's Delirium that gives you the skills, huh?
Don't think I want to draw Lightning Bolts.
Okay.
And then I'll pass, and on your upkeep, I'll look at that. Got a Steam Vents.
Okay. I am going to cycle first, just in case I hit any evoke creatures. I'm going to pay 2.
You're at 18.
18. And then I'll pass to you.
Draw an upkeep.
Yep.
Draw for turn. Those were heinous.
Yay.
I'll play a Scalding Tarn and crack it to 19.
Okay.
So now we're on land instant artifact in the graveyard.
Okay, yeah, so a sorcery gets you there. Or a creature. Then the beats begin, huh?
Well, the beats are beginning right now, because I've got a sorcery.
Okay.
I will maximize velocity, the Dragon's Rage Channeler.
Nice.
Surveil.
Okay.
I don't think I want this Faithless Salvaging.
Okay. Let me read that one. I don't know if I remember this one. Go ahead, do your thing.
Yeah. And I will attack for 4.
Yeah, I don't have any blocks.
Put
out
you
of
to
14.
14. And then I will play a Light at the Stage for Spectacle, Surveil.
Okay. Yeah, you surveil first.
Yep. And I think I just want to put creatures in the graveyard when I can, so I'll mill that Swift Spear.
Checks out. Okay.
Also means that if I jumpstart this maximize velocity, I'll still have Delirium.
Yep.
We hit another Swift Spear. That's perfectly fine in a land.
Okay.
I'll pass the turn.
All right. I'm gonna play a land. And I'm 14, so it's getting a little scary. Then I'll just pass to you.
Draw.
Yep.
Okay, play the mountain.
Okay.
Play Swift Spear.
Mm-hmm.
Play Manamorphose Trigger Prowess.
Yep.
And Surveil.
Red, I'm guessing.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to put Mishra's Bauble in the graveyard.
Okay.
Draw.
Sure.
Uh,
Like the sound of that.
Yeah. I will use 1 red for a Channeler.
Okay.
And the other red, we're going to maximize Velocity, and that'll Surveil. I'm going to discard I'm going to do it on the new Channeler.
Yep.
And I'll discard a Mountain for that.
Okay.
Surveil. I think I'll leave that on top.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll leave that on top. So now I've played 2 spells. These are 3s. This is a 4. I'll attack you for 10. You're going to bounce the 4-drop, I assume. Corey just has Petty Theft in his hand.
How do you know?
That's the way you played.
All right, I'm going to crack this. I'm going to go to 13.
Yep.
See what I got for a target. That's what I figured. That's a tilt.
Gotta shock yourself here.
Yeah, might have to. So if I shock myself, I go to 11. And what, take 6 down to 5. And go to 3. Do I even win the game that way? All right, I'm gonna take 2.
Go to 11. Petty Theft the 4/4 Channeler.
Yeah.
Take 6.
Yep.
You go to 5.
Done.
Yep. Pass the turn.
I have to take 2 again.
3.
Then I'll Shardless Agent. Just show me a bolt if you got it.
I don't have one.
Okay. Well. Living End. Living End. Dun, dun, dun. Okay. All right, so I just get back a couple of creatures. And I'll pass to you.
I don't have a great turn here. It's just Fiery Islet, replay Channeler,
Okay.
and then I'll pass the turn.
Alrighty. Not my best draw. I will cycle. When I cycle, I scry.
Yep.
Guess I'll scry first.
All your cycles are now opts.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I want that. Draw.
Remember when this deck was returning Moribund What was the Rakdos one? Something Carabid and the stupid
Yeah, Monstrous
Minotaur?
Carabid.
Monstrous Carabid and
Yeah.
Deadshot Minotaur.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff. All right, so I'll discard this. I'm gonna scry first.
Yep. That one's sleight of hand, right?
This one is a sleight of hand, yeah.
Yeah.
But I first scry. Now look at 2.
I always remember the best of clip where Majors was playing a Grixis control deck and managed to beat Living Ends. That was really great.
Nice. Okay, then I will. It's brutal because I just can't attack that efficiently either. But I will attack with Street Wraith.
I will take 3, go to
Okay.
16.
And I'll pass to you.
On your end step, I will cast Faithless Salvaging.
Okay.
I'll discard Arclight Phoenix. I also surveil.
Yep.
Is that good enough? I mainly just want to look for spells, right, to try to return the Arclight Phoenix
And rebound, so that gets played.
on my upkeep.
Yep. Okay.
And you don't have to discard to draw, so I'm just going to be drawing a card.
Okay.
Unless if I can play my spell, I guess, because I'm drawing a card off it.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to put the Swift Spear in the graveyard here.
Okay.
And we'll draw off Salvaging.
Okay.
But if you have it empty-handed, I forgot I was drawing one.
Yeah. You're drawing a card, so I was
So
confused.
upkeep, we'll play Faithless Salvaging, discard Fiery Islet. That also surveils.
Okay.
Jesus, still no spells. Draw.
Keep it up.
Draw for turn.
Yeah.
Wow.
And what do we got me at? 3, right?
Yes.
Okay.
That was, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards?
Is that good?
Sack Fiery Islet.
Okay.
A draw. 6 cards. 0 spells.
I needed that. Thank you.
Wow. That is honestly incredible.
I like that. Everything's coming up Millhouse, to quote Ross Merriam here.
I guess I'm just very stupid.
Yeah.
Oh God. I distracted myself thinking about other things. But I told myself when the turn started that if you tapped out, I just wouldn't cast my spell and would untap and just play the Arclight Phoenix and kill you. And then you tapped out and I didn't do that and got massively punished. That was literally what was in my head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you needed a land, right? Or no, you had
I had
Fire
it.
Alley.
Yeah,
Okay,
I had four
yeah.
lands.
Impressive.
I had it all set up, and I was like, yeah, if you have another flyer or something, or you
Yeah.
do something, but you just didn't, and then
Yeah.
I would just,
I like that.
So
Spirit,
now
okay.
I think I get in with all 3, because I have to attack the Channeler. That's the issue.
Yeah.
And one of the Swift Swords is a 2/3.
One's a 1/2, huh? All right. I'll still block the 2/3, and I'll block the 3/3. So I'll take 1.
Yeah, you go to
Down
2,
to 2. Yep.
and then I'll play a Soulscar Mage.
Okay.
That's the turn. So any spell means I have 3 lethal attackers. And it's hard for Corey to living end again because I have a lot of creatures in my graveyard now.
I'll attack.
So is your plan? How many creatures do you have in there? You have 4?
4. Yep. Or 3. No, I have 4. Yep.
4, yeah. Still 1 flyer, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 creatures in my graveyard. This could just be Corey trying to continuously casting Violent Outbursts on my turn, but you only have 3 living ends, right? So you can only do that twice. And I'm going to take 7. I'll go to 9.
Okay. And I'll pass to you.
I will declare attacks.
Sure.
Attack with my creatures.
Violent Outburst. I will Living End. Okay. Little switcheroo.
And I will pass the turn.
That was an awful draw. Ugh. At 9, huh? Rob, I do only have 3 living ends, right? Okay.
That is typically what they play.
Yeah, that's what I would think as well. Okay. Tilt, 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 tilt. What can we do here? All right, I think... I can attack with these.
Okay, I will chump the 2 big ones with Swift Spears, and I'll put a Channeler in front of Shardless Agent. So 2/3 and a 2/2.
Okay, yeah, that's pretty good.
This prevents Corey from just playing like another Curator out of his hand, or having Petty Theft to survive this turn.
All right, I will discard this. Scry.
Yep.
Bottom. Look at the tab 2. This into my hand. This into the graveyard, and I'll pass to you.
I will attack you with my creatures.
Yep, you got me. I drew the other living end, so I was screwed.
I also just dribbled. I had Manamorphose. I was going to see a million cards towards...
I had Force. I had Force and Whale in my hand, so I could have living ended again, but I drew living end, and then I just kept drawing Street Race when I was at 2, so not great.
I was going to show you 2 lethal burn spells.
All right, then you were probably going to win. All right, GG, GG. Yeah, that was tricky. It just didn't give me the time. If I was on the play, I think I would have been fine. I just would have had like a extra turn to cycle instead of having to. I mean, or if I had a Forest, I think I won that game.
Yeah.
If I just had an untapped Forest because I had Shardless Agent and I needed I needed the green
need
source.
that much more life to really be in the game.
Yeah.
But the big thing was just how good Dragon's Rage Chandler was at tearing through my deck, setting up my graveyard so I wasn't devastated by a living end, but also putting you under a lot of pressure.
Yeah, that card was awesome.
It attacked us at 3 on turn 2.
Delver who?
Yeah.
Right? Who needs a Delver after that?
So really impressive stuff from the Dragon's Rage Channeler.
Yeah, that looked awesome. That looked awesome. All right, Rob, you got a question for us while we shuffle up for our next game?
Yeah, we've had some questions earlier. So this weekend, if you were looking to play one of the food decks, which version do you think is best?
I don't know if it's best for sure. I think the safe guess is just playing the Golgari one with Feasting Trollkin. I think that one's awesome. But Doomwake's most recent one that has like Ragavan, Emery, Urza, and Asmore with the book package. That's the one I'm most interested about. It's just playing all the good cards. It's just so many tricky, sticky threats that it seems really tough to deal with, but it seems like you sacrifice a little bit of speed by getting rid of Feasting Troll Kings. But I'm still yet to play him, but I'm just basing it off of Doomwake and how much he has played it, how much I watch his stream and stuff. And I love that new version. He just went like a clean 10-0 in the last 10 matches he played with that deck, and it looked busted.
Yeah, I remember seeing a 5-0 list, a while ago from a name I didn't recognize that had Urza, and when that light bulb went off, I was like, yeah, that seems a really good way to use the food engine.
It really does.
It's a way that doesn't use the graveyard either. It's a way that gets around Stony Silence that people have been sideboarding.
Yep.
So I think I would also lean towards a list with Urza if you have the time to put some work into it.
Yep, agreed. And you gotta play a lot with those decks. They're not easy to play. I think the black-green one's a little bit easier, but the blue one gets a little tricky. But still, just play a bunch of mythics and make sure your card hoarder account has like $1,500 in credit that you can rent, because that deck is expensive. I tried to rent it yesterday. I was like, I'll try this out, and I was just like, 900 tickets. Like, I don't want to drop 400 tickets on cards and then use my 500 tickets for the other half. I was like, so I played that breach deck and still 5-0'd easily, but still. All right, I'm going to be going first.
About the principle.
It was about the principle.
What are the cards in that deck that are that expensive?
Regavan is 100.
Okay.
Urza Saga is like another 50. And
that's enough.
Yeah, Asmore is expensive and stuff. Yeah, whenever you have Regavan and Urza Saga, it's trouble. It's trouble. All right, I'll go first and I'll keep.
I will keep as well.
All right, I'm going to start with a cycle, and I'll pass.
I will start with a bauble. I'll bauble myself.
Okay.
Do I want that?
Do you want that, Ross?
I don't think I do.
Okay.
So I'll fetch it away.
Okay.
And play a Swiss Spear and get in for 1.
19.
I decided to value the scry 1 over the point of damage. We'll see if I get
then
punished for that. Yeah, and I'll draw on your upkeep, of course.
Of course. Okay, that was an interesting draw. I am going to start with a cycle. And then I will mix it up and cycle. And then I will... I'll give you some grief. Think I want to take Faithless Salvaging. Yeah, let's just take that.
Yeah, I think that was pretty easy.
I'll pass to you.
Not looking good right now.
For who?
The person everyone's rooting for.
Oh, yeah. Rob.
Okay, I need to just maximize damage now because I'm expecting living in next turn.
Okay.
So I'll bolt you.
16.
I will play light up the stage.
Light him up.
I will attack you for 3.
13.
And I'll pass the turn.
All right. I will pass to you.
As the violent outburst.
Draw step. Crack. Oh, violent outburst.
So we're taking 3, going to 10.
Yep. Whoa, hold. Violent outburst doesn't kill that. I don't know what I could hit. It could be anything. All right. I'm doing this so I can see one extra card. See your draw step before. Maybe have you exile that.
I imagine we will be taking this light up the stage.
Yeah, that seems good. All right. Living End. Bang. Yeah, I'll take that.
Okay, I will start with the Manamorphose, make red.
Okay.
And I'm dead.
All right.
There's no way I can get back into this.
Yeah. little bit of the difference between play and draw. I think your other draw was just a little bit better too. But
yeah. I wonder if that like double light of the stage kind of draw. I just have to mulligan in this matchup.
Yeah.
Especially if I'm on the draw like that.
It's definitely not a card I'm afraid of. That going long kind of plan. Like I want you to dirtle around with that kind of stuff all day because my plan is very clear cut. It
was gonna be turn 2 light at the stage, turn 3 light. But then I drew Phoenix to go with the salvaging, so I figured I'd rather do that. But then the grief broke up that plan.
Yep.
Just continued to slow me down. But it's hard to mulligan a hand like that. It was 2 lands, Swift Spear, Bauble, 2 lights, and either the Phoenix or the salvaging, one of the two.
And if you were in the dark, you snap, keep that. That hand's just good.
Yeah.
It's just I think this is Living End has a lot of play draw. Huge advantages. It is a very good deck on the play, and it's fine on the draw, but it is a very good deck on the play. That's for sure. So, all right, everyone, that's going to do it for our first 2 games. We are going to run to the sideboard now and see who can take home thy marbles. Nothing better than a show that ends on the last game for the marbles. We do it often. I feel like it's always this, or just a complete blowout, like 3-0 smashing, not close in one direction, but it's never Never anything closer than that, I feel.
Wait, we're going to get One Direction on the show?
Let's hope so.
To be fair, when you only play 3 matches, it can either be 2-1, and then it's as close as it can be, or 3-0.
All right, we're going to be back here with sideboarding here in just a second. Don't go anywhere. You begin.
Welcome back to a Versus Live, where we are sideboarding in our matchup between Mono Red Phoenix and Teamer Living End. My side of things, we got our 4 Tormod scripts. You know, they have to come in.
Yeah, I don't like those.
Yeah. The only question really is what is coming out. And I think Light of the Stage and Soulscar Mage are the 2 worst cards in the deck. They don't provide a lot of speed. Corey's deck doesn't kill a ton of creatures, and when it does, it doesn't kill individual threats. You're just gonna wipe the entire battlefield with Living End. So I don't really want to flood on creatures. I want to have 2 in play and maybe 2 in the graveyard to insulate me there. So I don't want to flood on my worst creature, and I also don't want to flood on Light Up the Stages like you saw in Game 2.
Yep.
So I'm cutting 2 of each to make room for my Tormod scripts.
All right, and my sideboarding is with Tormod's Crypt in mind a lot. Bringing in some Chewers, even bringing in the other Force, and I normally do not think Force is very good here, but if I let Tormod's Crypt resolve and then just try to chew it or bounce it, then you still just sack it and get rid of all the creatures I've been cycling towards anyways, so it's still just really problematic, so I think I have to just try to force it and just try to go on from there or grief it out of your hand, but you usually are going to play it right away when you draw it since you're a prowess deck, so it's going to be tough. But then I got 3 Fairy Macaws for your Phoenixes, taking out Street Race just because I don't want to be cycling and losing life, and then taking out Brazen Borrowers just because everything costs 1 in your deck. Bouncing 1 thing doesn't seem great, but I am a little unsure if this is the correct way to board, but we shall see. We shall see. And Rob, you got any questions for us?
Do not right now.
You do not. Empty. Okay. Everyone's just hyped for this 3rd game for the marbles.
You should side in to stop my Tormod scripts. Just side in Chalice the Void, and you just Chalice on 0. It's fine.
Oh, that seems good.
Yeah.
That seems good.
You
Yeah.
can even cascade into it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Every time I play one of these decks, too, I just think, like, God, why is this card not in there? That just seems so silly. And then it's just, like, always be like, you're a cascade deck. You cannot play 1 drops, 2 drops, or 0 drops. It's like, oh, yeah. Okay. I'll make another suggestion for Veil of Summer a little later in the show, All right, so let's battle. I'm afraid. This seems rough on the draw. All right, what you got, nerd? Is your hand busted? No. As busted as mine?
Santa's very close to being good.
Mine too.
If I had like a Mishra's Bauble or a Manamorphose instead of one of these lands, I think it would be a keep. But as is, it's just not going to do enough.
Yeah. And here, with not having any lands to do absolutely anything and drawing Living Ends, I think I'm going to ship mine as well. So mine was a little not as close, but all right, a Gentleman's Mulligan. My deck doesn't super care about mulliganing, just because, drawing a Living End, you'd much rather put it back into your deck with the London Mulligan. And, the deck cycles a lot, and you don't need a very specific amount of cards. You can
often put an extra land back because you operate on pretty low land counts.
Yeah, keep a 2-lander on the draw. I'm fine with that, with all the cycling and whales I get to do. All right, let's try this again. Take 2. All right, this hand's playable. Let's get rid of... I think I'm going to get rid of this. Probably regret it, of course, but...
It's not a great hand, but it'll play.
Okay.
I'm going to lead on a Soulscar Mage.
Okay.
And pass the turn.
I have a Botanical Sanctum. I think I'll do this now. I'll cycle. Hiya, and pass to you.
Dragon's Rage Channeler.
Rage it up.
Monastery Swift Spear, attack for 2.
Okay, I'll take it. 18.
Pass the turn.
I'll play this and I'll pass to you. Actually, sorry, I might. Maybe I want to do this first. I'm going to discard the whale first, just in case I hit something. All right, here we go. Usually want to cycle during your turn unless you really want to hold up some interaction. Just in case you hit griefs. You know, being able to grief you there, if I got it, would have been good.
Maximize velocity, the channeler, and surveil.
Okay.
Let's put that one in the graveyard.
Oh, really? Good choice.
Lava Dart you, surveil.
And we're... All right, surveil's fine.
Gonna be a 2. I'm just gonna be short. I'm gonna be short. You jerk. Have the Fairy Macabre, and you have the not painful mana base. So the Lava Dart's gonna bring it to 17, right?
You surveilled on top.
Hold on.
So that's what.
I just want to. I'm doing math
Yeah.
before I figure that out. But that'll put you to 17. Flashback is going to put you to 16. This is 3 spells. That's 8. This is a 2. That's going to put you to 10. That's going to put you to 6. Yeah, I'll leave it on top. And then I'll flashback Lava Dart on you. Surveil, leave it on top.
In response, exile velocity and arclight.
Yep. And then I'll attack you for 10, put you to 6.
Yeah, because 3 spells.
Yeah. And then the velocity targeted here. So it's a 2/2 because I don't have delirium.
So I take 8.
No, these are 4s because I played 3 spells.
Yeah. Okay.
So these are 4s. This is a 2, so it's 10 total. And you took 2 from the Lava Dart, and you were at 18. So you go to 16
I go to
from the
6.
darts, now you're at 6.
Okay. Yep. You got it.
Pass the turn.
Yeah, that was best possible. All right. Grief, yep. Okay. Then I got the agent. Yeah. Then I got the agent. All right, living end. And then I get to look at the top, rearrange your cards.
No, so I'm just dead.
Yeah.
I had a bolt on top. If I had a bolt beneath it too, I thought I could win.
I'll give you the crypt on top and then the land and yeah. Oh yeah, we did it. We did the things. My draw was awesome.
Yeah.
Grief right there at the end was just insane too.
I mean, it was mostly irrelevant.
Yeah,
I knew the card in my hand was bad,
but it was still
it certainly
cool.
felt good for you.
Yeah. Woo! Finally bring those marbles over here. I haven't seen them in years, I feel. Oh, come on, my scared little friends.
What you saw today was a classic example of Corey complaining the entire day while he was actually drawing well.
Oh, yes.
And me just quietly suffering in silence.
Quietly. I don't know. There was anything about you that was quiet in anything. Any of the things you do, Ross, is not quiet. We got to give you that.
You'd be surprised.
But I still love you, buddy. I still love you. Whenever I win the show, whenever I lose, I hate you, okay? No, they were pretty good GGs, though. Yeah, they were all really close. You kind of just throttled me round 1. But it felt like I was on the precipice of doing something big in that match. But it was just I needed to top deck. I didn't, so it looked really bad. But if I draw Witness there instead of my third Aether Vial or whatever, the game would have looked a lot different. But from then on out, matches 2 and 3 were just super close. 2 and 3 were insanely close. You would have won the day if you didn't make that Dryad attack, I think.
Yeah. The one mistake I made in game 2 with the Amulet deck certainly swung everything. And then here is just a matter of, the opening hands matter so much. And, wasn't able to find a Torment Script in that game. Kept a pretty reasonable 6. I don't think you can mulligan to 5.
Yep.
With, a couple creatures and a couple lands, a couple burn spells. And tried to put something together and really just needed you to deal yourself some damage. Like you in game 1, I think you dealt yourself 8 damage, right? You had 2 Fetch Shocks and a Street Wraith.
Yeah.
So an underrated aspect of how game 1 turned was the fact that your mana base forced you to take a bunch of extra damage. And games 2 and 3, you dealt yourself no damage at all.
Botanical Sanctum and Spiral of Canal are in the deck. If I draw Breeding Pools and Steam Vents and Fetch Lands instead of those fast lands, it looks way different against these style of decks. But that is one reason why I just love the mana base in this deck. It's as close to perfect as you can get, and you only really ever need 3 lands. So Sanctum and
the
Spiral of Canal are phenomenal. It reminded me of a lot of Teamer Energy. How it was a lot of your deck was 1 through 3, so both of those lands are just excellent.
I also think the Sunken Ruins in the deck makes a lot of sense. Yeah. Drawing 1 Sunken Ruins isn't going to mess up the rest of your mana base. You can still easily find red and green or blue and green with the other 2 lands, so you can cast your Cascade card. But just that 1 land now lets you suspend Living End from your hand, hard cast Grief from your hand, hard cast Fairy Macabre if you ever wanted to do that.
Yeah.
But it gives you access to the black cards from your hand, when otherwise you really wouldn't be able to do that unless you completely butchered your mana base.
Exactly. Filter lands are just awesome.
Yeah. So there's probably only 1 or 2 Sunken Ruins in there.
Hardcast Street Wraith too. It comes up.
Yep. So a really, really smart addition there to that mana base, even though you didn't really see it come up, but it's a low cost land. It didn't mess up your mana at all. It was still a painless land, which is great. That can come up in especially longer games. But
totally agree. So one last takeaway or one last bit to add. If you were going to play some challenges this weekend, maybe out of the decks we played or just some other decks that you like, what would you submit this weekend?
I think I would be trying to play fair with Ragavan. I'm not sure if I want to play fair with discard spells or with counter spells.
Yeah.
I think Ragavan personally plays better with discard spells and being more proactive. But I think the counter spells are better overall against what other people are doing.
Yeah.
So it's a question of, do I want my deck to be more internally consistent, or do I want my deck to be a little bit better matched up against the rest of the metagame? But I think fair Ragavan decks just look so good to me.
They do look good.
Just runs away with the game. There's a lot of Amulet around. We saw how good Ragavan was in that matchup. And they're all very flexible decks too. You could build the right sideboard every single week and have something good, have the right disruption in your main deck. So if you've got the time to work on it, I think those decks are very strong.
So for me, one thing I'm very low on black discard removal right now with just the dominance of Urza Saga. It feels so bad when you just rip their hand apart and they're like, okay, turn 3, make a construct, next turn make a construct, and it's nice Inquisitions.
Counter spells aren't great against that either.
Yeah, I agree. Counter spells aren't that good either. I think the one thing you do have to be doing here is you have to have a deck that has a plan, to win the game, something that's big over the top. Because right now, I guess Stoneforge is that exception. That's not super over the top, but it is still very powerful.
With Kaldra, though, it's a little bit more powerful than it used to be.
Yeah, but I think I would either play that Urza, Ragavan, Asmore deck that, Doomwake had, or what I'm pretty sure I'm going to play is just the Izzet Underworld Breach
also
deck.
with Urza and Ragavan.
Exactly. Also with Urza and Ragavan and Urza Saga, but it has a very unfair plan at the end, and I really want to be doing unfair things at the top, but also have it I wrote my what we would play that's going to be out tomorrow on this Izzet deck, and it just seems so awesome to have a Breach deck that still has that crazy fast win, right? Now it's even faster with Ragavan. You can actually just win on turn 2, attack with Ragavan, play Mox Amber, Breach, and grinding station, eventually get blue with star, win the game that way. But also if they just, cage you or they rest in peace you, something that, like when we were playing Breach before, you just lose. The game's just over. Now if you see those, you're like, okay, well, plan B, I'm going to either eventually find my EEs to deal with the hate, or I'm going to just win with Ragavan, Urza Saga, and Urza. And I love having that deck that is such a powerful combo deck, but also has that resiliency. It reminds me a lot of Amulet right now, Yeah.
No, strong choice, and I agree. I think having a deck that plays those two roles, can play fair and unfair, usually a recipe for success.
I agree. All right, well, this was a fun day, y'all. Next week, we don't know exactly what we're going to do, but I have a feeling we might try out some Modern, because it's still looking good. It's still just so fun. I cannot get enough of it, man.
I think maybe we'll try some Pauper. Who knows?
Yeah, let's just go with Pauper. Maybe we'll play some Brawl or something.
Yeah, some Prismatic.
Yeah, that sounds great. All right, enough of that nonsense, Rob.
Maybe
Wait, we're not playing Momir Vig? Come on.
Momir Vig is awesome. If we could do that in person, it would be awesome. Just a collection of converted mana cost cards. You just pick one at random. Wow, Momir Vig in real life is some next level stuff.
Maybe we'll try out Ryan Overturf's Tempo Tubert. The 2-person cube. We'll just 2-person cube draft right on Versus Live.
Or maybe we'll do something that actually sounds good. We haven't figured it out yet, but
the Tempo Tubert looks cool.
Okay.
It's all cheap spells.
All right, enough of this nonsense. We're saying, hey Rob, let's thank some subs. We're gonna thank some sponsors, and we're gonna get out of here.
All right, we got a few today. Benjamin Dover for 1 month or 30 months. Sorry, can't read that right.
130, same thing.
So some amount of months.
Yeah.
G4 Lava for 4 months.
Anyway, Rob.
Mock Bearishin for 17 months. And Jesus Robot Love. So thank you to those subs and all of our subs.
Yes, very common.
Thank you for that support. And if you'd like to support Star City Games in another way, you can join SCG Premium. $7.99 a month will get you access to exclusive content from our wonderful staff of content creators, as well as some other perks, which are 5% off of a sealed product, 10% off of singles, and 15% off of supplies. So head on over to starcitygames.com/join-premium and sign up today.
And if you want to get your monkey paws on some of these Modern Horizon 2 cards, it is time to do it. We're getting to play in stores again. We're shipping out a lot of cards here at SCG. This is the time to pre-order some stuff. So you can go to starcitygames.com/previews and you can get either Modern Horizon 2 sealed product if you want to just crack and, do a little bit of gambling, or if you just want to buy your singles for whatever deck you're going to play. I recommend Ragavan and Urza. It's Urza Sagas here. So we're also selling individual cards as well as sealed product. So head on over there to grab some.
And do keep in mind that if you are looking for some extra cash to pick up this new Modern Horizons product, Star City Games is always buying cards, and the process has never been easier because there's so many ways to do it. You can use the buy list feature on the website and let SCG do the work for you. You can use the buy list feature, have you do the work. If you want SCG to do the work for you, you can just mail the cards in, and they will do that. You can also make an appointment and do everything in person if that is your jam. And if your collection is big enough, SCG will come to you for that appointment. So a lot of different ways to do it to suit your own needs. And do keep in mind that when you are trading cards in, you do get a 30% bonus when trading for store credit.
Yeah, gotta love it. And I legitimately just sold cards to SCG. This is no lie. On Tuesday, I have all these Oblivion Stone expeditions and random stuff that has some value. But I'm like, I'm not gonna need these when we get back to the real world to play. So I'm taking advantage of this 30% bonus, and I'm selling all these foils I don't use so I can actually buy Ragavans and Urza Sagas. So last bit of business here, we have the sale this week, which is 10% off promos. So if you want to pick up some of these fancy looking cards for your decks for FNM, you can go to starcitygames.com/sale to check that out. That sale does end Monday at 10:59 a.m.
And last but not least, we would like to thank our sponsor, Coalesce Apparel. If you like the shirts that we wear, you can find their entire collection of t-shirts, hoodies, and stickers at coalesceapparel.shop. And And be sure to use the gift code SCG when checking out to get 10% off of your purchase there.
I like the Nickel Colas one, I'm not gonna lie, but I'm a Coke Zero fan instead of a Coca-Cola fan, so I need a zero in here.
It doesn't matter what you like, you have to obey the Nickel Colas.
That's true. And that's why I'm wearing this shirt. I'm completely out of control of it. So, all right, everyone, thank you for watching this special show. I say special because I finally won the marbles back. It's been so long. I don't even remember what it's like to hold these. So, thanks for watching another episode of Modern, y'all. Next week, we don't exactly have our plan, but regardless, we will be back Tuesday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. So, for Ross Merriam, I'm Corey Baumeister. We'll see you then.